The views and opinions of the host and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the position of the management and staff of Guardian Network.
Good morning. The first doses of the AstraZeneca vaccine suspended due to shortages. Vaccines only for second dose patients. The FNM naming its final 4 candidates for the election, as the health minister says there are safe ways to campaign during an election. It's all straight ahead this morning. I'm Dwight Strachan, and this is Morning Blend.
Wake up, it's a new day. Wake up, it's a new day. It's the start of a new way. You know that it's there. It's the start of the end of the old way. Wake up, it's a new day. Wake up, it's a new day.
Good morning again, Bahamas. It is Friday, July 16th, 2021. This is Morning Blend on Guardian Radio 96.9. Again, I'm Dwight Strachan. In a moment, Stephen Hanna will be joining us. Also this morning in Morning Blend Business, we'll be talking about the return to Saturday banking for Royal Bank, RBC. They'll be telling us about that and what you can expect. But first, it's time for the overnight, the latest breaking news from while we're sleeping, and the top national and international headlines this morning. In the overnight, the National COVID-19 Vaccine Consultative Committee announcing the suspension of first doses of the AstraZeneca COVID-19 vaccine until the arrival of additional doses in the country. The committee saying in a statement that the country is scheduled to receive 33,600 doses of the AstraZeneca vaccine before the end of July. It also says the Bahamas has been informed that additional vaccines will be made available in the third quarter of 2021 through a donation from the United States via CARFA, the Caribbean Public Health Agency, and through the COVAX facility. The statement also saying that the administration of second doses continues at Loyola Hall on Gladstone Road by appointment only, and that walk-up appointments cannot be accommodated at this time. That announcement comes as government officials continue to encourage Bahamians to get vaccinated amid COVID-19, despite limited supply of vaccines in the country. In his Independence Day address, Prime Minister Dr. Ibrahim said that we must continue to get vaccinated. He said the vaccines are the way to end the pandemic. The country has received 92,200 doses of AstraZeneca, 20,000 of those donated by the Indian government, 5,000 borrowed from Antigua and Barbuda, and the remaining were secured through the COVAX facility. As of July 10th, 97,992 doses of the AstraZeneca vaccine had been administered in the country. 60,303 people had received at least one dose of the vaccine, and a total of 37,689 people had been fully vaccinated with 2 doses of the vaccine. 15% of people in the Bahamas are partially or fully vaccinated against COVID, according to a recent United Nations situation report. Investigations continue into the country's latest murder. A man murdered on New Providence in the Elizabeth Estates area last night. It happened shortly before 6 p.m. Police say that the victim appears to be in his late 20s or early 30s. The man was shot as he attempted to return an item to someone in Elizabeth Estates. Police said they received that report that it happened on Mauritius Avenue, and officers responded. On arrival, they met that man lying on the ground, unresponsive. He was pronounced dead at the scene. The F&M ratifying its last 4 candidates for the next general election. The candidates announced: Prime Minister and Minister of Finance Dr. Hubert Minnis for Killarney, Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Public Works Desmond Bannister for Carmichael, Director of Labour John Pinder for Fox Hill, and Wellborn Boodle for Pine Ridge. Dozens of F&M supporters showed up at Holy Trinity Activity Center for the ratification. One supporter walked around with a bell, which he rang sporadically while chanting, quote, "ready to go." The ratification coming amid widespread speculation that the Prime Minister will call an early election. F&M Chairman Carl Culmer said his party has been working and campaigning since it was elected to office in May 2017. Meanwhile, while saying that there are safe ways to hold political rallies during the COVID-19 pandemic, Health Minister Renward Wells last night saying that the troops of the F&M were ready to spread the party's message. He made the comment while speaking to reporters after the F&M ratified those 4 candidates. Overseas, at least 110 people have died in devastating floods across parts of Western Germany and Belgium. Officials say rescue operations and the search for hundreds still accounted for continue. German officials saying that the devastation caused by the flooding is stunning and pledging support to the families of those killed and to cities and towns facing significant damage. Authorities in one German state saying 60 people had died, including at least 9 residents of an assisted living facility for people with disabilities. In another neighboring state, the death toll was 43, but officials say that figure could rise further. Rescuers were pushing today to help people trapped in their homes. Regional authorities say several people had died after their houses collapsed due to subsidence, and aerial pictures showing that what appeared to be a massive sinkhole, creating even greater problems. Authorities saying late Thursday that about 1,300 people in Germany were listed as missing, but cautioned that that figure could be due to duplication of data and difficulties reaching people because of disrupted roads and phone connections. In sports, a busy night for Jonquel J.J. Jones. She did not carry home the Most Valuable Player award, but Jones played like an MVP in the WNBA All-Star Game Wednesday night. She had the only double-double of the game. Her team, the WNBA All-Stars, took down Team USA 93-85 in Las Vegas. Jones, who is ranked top 10 in the league, made 3-pointers per game at 2.1, finished second in the Mountain Dew, I guess that is, 3-point contest, and Chicago Sky's Allie Quigley won the contest, the 3rd time emerging as the league's best shooter via the contest. You can read more about it in today's Guardian Sports section. More from basketball. The United States men's basketball exhibition game against Australia, scheduled for Friday night in Las Vegas, has been canceled due to health and safety protocols. USA Basketball citing an abundance of caution in making the decision. The U.S. women's game against Australia will be played as scheduled Friday today in Las Vegas. The decision to cancel the game coming hours after Washington Wizards star Bradley Beal was ruled out of the Olympics after being placed into health and safety protocols. The team also said Detroit Pistons forward Jeremy Grant also was in health and safety protocols out of an abundance of caution. The Americans are still scheduled to play Spain on Sunday before heading to Tokyo for the Olympics, with their opening game against France set for July 25th. The U.S. lost its opening 2 exhibition games to Nigeria and Australia and beat Argentina in the 3rd game Tuesday night. That's sports, and that's the overnight. Time for your first look at weather. In your weather for today, we've got high pressure that continues to maintain gentle to fresh winds across the area, while upper-level troughing will enhance shower activity across the islands. Beachgoers in the southeast Bahamas should be alert for possible rip currents along easterly beaches. Residents should be remain hydrated, and limit outdoor activities, as we are again expecting heat indices in the triple digits. For all areas today, look for partly sunny, hot, and humid conditions. Breezy as well, with passing showers or a thunderstorm. Becoming fair and warm with passing showers tonight. Smoke-off caution continues for the southeastern islands. Winds easterly at 10 to 15 knots in the northwest and central Bahamas, increasing to 15 to 20 knots in the southeastern islands. Seas 2 to 4 feet in the northwest and central Bahamas, but building to 4 to 6 feet in the southeastern Bahamas. 79 degrees right now in Nassau under fair skies. 77 in Freeport. Look for highs getting up to around 91 Fahrenheit, 33 Celsius. The heat index, again, triple digits, 103 Fahrenheit, 39 Celsius. Overnight lows tonight getting down to about 75 Fahrenheit, 24 Celsius. That's your first look at weather this morning. We'll have an extended outlook coming up after traffic in just a bit.
Wake up, it's a new day. Wake up, it's a new day. It's the start of a new way. You know that it's the start of the end of the old way.
You're listening to Morning Blend. When we come back, we're discussing the day's top stories right here on your home for fresh news and smart talk all day. Guardian Radio 96.9.
Technology serves to make our lives better, so why not your business too? At Custom Computers, we've been maintaining our knowledge and relationships with top tech companies since
The summer you deserve is here at Alive.
We do it better.
Capture more moments and go further with our prepaid plans for everyone. Roam free with postpaid and stay connected with MiFi on the go anywhere, anytime. We do it better with more device offerings, accessories, exclusive deals with the list, and so many opportunities to win big. From travel vouchers, grocery vouchers, Alive merch, and more. Alive. Believe in best.
Me in your pocket, take me away, yeah, I'm ready for you.
Travel less, but vacation more by indulging yourself and your family with the ultimate staycation getaway at Atlantis. Sleep in, relax, play, go out. Say yes to a fantastic staycation in your very own paradise just over the bridge. For reservations, call 363-6483 or visit Atlantis Local on Facebook for details.
RBC Royal Bank introduces our new Saturday banking services on Saturday, July 17th at Cable Beach, Carmichael, and Prince Charles, operating 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. New services will focus on helping clients with advice-oriented needs and getting them more comfortable with RBC digital banking. Cash will only be available through our ATMs and accepted for deposits via our ATMs or non-stop depository services. If you have questions, call our advice center at 356-8500. We imagine Saturday services with RBC.
It's so summer with Esso, and that's why we're giving away thousands of dollars in fuel, food, and other fun prizes every week. Simply fuel up at $25 or more. Enter using your receipt, and you could be a winner this summer with Esso. Terms and conditions apply. Visit bettergasmileage.com/it's-so-summer or our Facebook page for details. Promotion ends August 29th, 2021. It's fun! Food, fuel, and other great prizes every week. The Esso brand is a trademark of ExxonMobil Corporation and is used under license.
Technology serves to make our lives better, so why not your business too? At Custom Computers, we've been maintaining our knowledge and relationships with top tech companies since 1987 and carry only the most trusted brands like Apple, Microsoft, HP, and more. No company has helped more businesses build reliable IT systems than Custom Computers. You name it, we've done it. Call 396-1101 to talk to any of our business experts. Find trust in your tech. Count on Custom Computers.
Wake up, it's a new day. Wake up, it's a new day. It's the start of a new way. You know that it's the start of the end of the old way. Wake up, it's a new day. 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 Wake up, wake up.
Welcome back to Morning Blend here on Guardian Radio 96.9. We are streaming live on GuardianTalkRadio.com and on the Guardian Radio app for smart devices. We're also on your televisions on Cable Bahamas Channel 969 and BTC Flow Channel 612. You can tweet us at MorningBlend969 or Facebook.com/MorningBlend969. Email us morningblend@NASCAR.com, or you can text us on the Guardian Radio text line powered by BTC 422-4796. Standard text rate supply. Once again, I'm Dwight Strachan. Stephen Hanna joining us on this Friday morning. Good morning, Stephen Hanna. Good morning, Stephen.
Sorry. Someone wanted to tell me it's being recorded. Morning, can you hear me?
Okay, a lot going on in the back there. Yes, we can. Yes, you can. Great to have you with us this morning. All right, a lot to get to. As we said, you can tweet us on social media. You can tweet us on Twitter and Facebook us and text us and call in. We'll give you the numbers to call in just a bit. Coming up this morning, more of what's in the news. And in our 9 o'clock hour Morning Blend business, we're going to be talking with RBC Royal Bank. They are resuming Saturday banking. A lot of people thought that might have been gone for good with all the changes we've seen as a result of the pandemic. But they'll tell us why it's back and what we can expect. That's coming up. But right now, let's get into what else is in the news. And in the news, as you said, a lot to get to. We've got news about the vaccines, only for people getting second doses. We'll talk about that in a moment. The F&M ratifying their final four candidates for the election. The health minister saying that there's safe ways to hold a campaign during the pandemic. Yeah, we're going to hear about that, all of that in just a moment. Just want to get to some quick issues in the news today that we've been talking about over the past few weeks, and this has been, I'm sure you wanted to get the update on this. So last week we had a big discussion about it, that man who attacked the police officer during that traffic stop, and they were fighting on the highway. So he's had his day in court, and he's been sentenced now. Our Artesia Davis writing about it. That man seen fighting a police officer in a viral video was yesterday sentenced to 8 months imprisonment with effect from July 8th. Chief Magistrate Joanne Ferguson Pratt imposed a sentence after Julian Butler apologized to PC Tyrese Smith for his actions in court. Ferguson Pratt said she shuddered to think about what could have happened if off-duty Sergeant Travis Strachan hadn't come to the officer's aid. She said that Butler faced a potential maximum sentence of 7 years imprisonment, but she did not think that the factual matrix, her words, warranted the maximum. She said, quote, "I want to send a clear message to would-be offenders that this is not a matter where the court would just say, 'Naughty boy, don't do it again.'" In addition to the prison term, Butler was fined $1,000 or 4 weeks in prison for the traffic offenses that he committed during the police pursuit that preceded him beating up the officer. Okay, well, but beating up the officer. I don't know if that's exactly, attacking, definitely. 23-year-old Butler admitted various criminal and traffic offenses related to the July 5th incident at his arraignment last week. A traffic stop for running the traffic light at Cordo Avenue around 2:30 p.m. on a scooter resulted in Butler leading Smith on a chase in traffic in order to avoid a ticket. The chase ended when Butler fell off his scooter as he tried to cross the median on Tawny Williams-Darling Highway. Butler then charged at the officer and punched him multiple times in the face. Butler also tried to grab the officer's 9mm pistol from its holster. Off-duty Sergeant Travis Strachan was in his private car when he saw his colleague under attack. He ran to the scene and ordered Butler to stop while holding his firearm in the low-ready position. Butler was subsequently arrested and charged. He pleaded guilty to assaulting a peace officer, resisting arrest, driving in a manner dangerous to the public, driving a vehicle without third-party insurance, and driving a vehicle without a valid driver's license. Wow. All right. So,
how much time?
8 months. 8 months.
I feel like it should have been years.
Yeah? As you heard, the maximum could have been 7 years, but he got 8 months.
At the very least, give him 3 years.
Hey, 8 months in that place, I'm sure, is the equivalent to 2 years for most of us, if
That's
not
like
5.
1 year. That's 1 year.
Yeah? Okay. It's not easy. But
I didn't say it was easy, but also the whole thing is like this person, did she recommend that he get counseling as well?
Well, remember his lawyer said that he needed anger management. Maybe,
right.
hopefully.
I'm saying, so was it also recommended?
I'm not sure. It doesn't say in the article, but hopefully he will get
Or
some
not
program.
recommended. What it is, demanded? I forget what they call it.
Ordered.
Like, ordered, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Hopefully he will seek that out in prison. But yeah, does that send the right message to folks? Again, 8 months is nothing to. That is not a vacation. But does that send the right message to we're not going to take this lightly? Maybe it's because he apologized that he got lighter, and he pleaded guilty to most of the charges, and perhaps that helped him in that regard. He did apologize, and take that into consideration. I think his lawyer was saying this was his first offense.
Just say you sorry?
Well, it depends on what you did.
He's a politician, eh?
Well, at least he did that. Most of them don't ever do that. So, yeah.
But that's all we asked him from that. Like, just tell us you ain't gonna do it again. That you could be better this time.
Let's get your views on it, folks. What do you make? What do you make of it? 323-6232, 325-4316, 325-4259. Tweet us, Facebook us, text us, 422-4796.
But she did take away his right to drive for not his right, his the privilege of him driving for several years.
Are you asking this?
Yeah.
It is not stated.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Somebody who clearly, was that reckless with human life behind a motor vehicle or in a motor vehicle or on a motor vehicle, whichever one a scooter count as. It's like, I feel like you should probably be like, you know what? You shouldn't be around motor vehicles for a while.
I don't know if that seems to be the way we do things around here. The people who have killed more than one person, and you don't ever hear their license has been revoked indefinitely, or their points. I don't know what we are into in that regard, but we do need to really seriously consider that. Really, really start doing that. Let's hear what you have to say, folks. Let's take this call. Good morning, caller. You're on the air.
Dark Universe along with you and Stephen Dwight.
Hi, good morning.
Okay. What's the same? I want to make 2 points, please.
Okay, related to what we're talking about?
Well, there's something in which you read in your monologue.
Okay.
When it comes to this bunch of murders that are happening in this country, right? The churches are teaching that the sixth commandment says, "Thou shalt not kill."
You think they stopped doing that?
Do that?
They stopped doing that? You think that hasn't been happening?
Boy, I've been going to church all of my life, and right up until now, and no churches does it.
What?
I'm telling you.
What church is good on?
Yeah. Which church is this?
Lots of them.
Don't tell people that you should not kill?
No, none. Okay, my other point is, right?
What about your family? I mean, they did that though, right?
My family?
Yeah, when you were younger, they would tell you that that's wrong, right?
Yes, of course.
Well, okay.
But what I am saying, also what I want to say, right? Are we being made what you would call slave to the lender?
Reference to what?
Those medicine in which we are borrowing.
What were you talking about exactly?
I'm talking about the medication for the COVID-19.
You got to be more specific. We're lost.
He's saying, will we be beholden to the wishes of the people who are giving us the vaccine on a loan? And only time will tell.
Well, the Bible.
Why would that be? Why would that be? Why would you even?
Well, the Bible tells you that the borrower is slave to the lender, and the Bible cannot lie.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, folks. Okay, let's rein it in. Let's rein it in today. Let's see if we can have a good time today and go into the weekend with feeling good. That's feeling good. We borrowed it. We're gonna give it back either in terms of our vaccine. I believe that's what they said. Bam. When we get more, we owe them. We're gonna get to the vaccine issue in just a bit. Nothing sinister about it. Nothing. Doesn't have to be. It's not. People are already nervous enough about a lot of things. We don't need to add other crazy stuff in it. All right, let's read this really quickly. This is in the Tribune today. A tenant stabbed his landlord in the neck multiple times during a confrontation last month.
I like how this is the more positive thing. Like this is us moving.
I didn't necessarily say this was going to be positive. Just letting you know what's happening.
Guys, let's keep it happy. So a guy got stabbed in the neck. Like, whoa.
Well, that is anyway. Oh my goodness.
Go finish.
Yeah. Dwight Forbes was accused of causing grievous harm to Prince Albert Kinloch on June 4th. He denied the allegations when he first appeared before Senior Magistrate Darren Sorrell Davis, and the matter was adjourned to trial. When Mr. Kinloch gave the proceedings, he told the court he had been renting to Mr. Forbes for about 7 months. He said on the night in question, he came home after hanging out with a good friend. He said that when he went into his yard, Forbes came behind him, mumbling insulting words. Mr. Kinloch said he ignored the accused and went inside, but when he came back out, Forbes ran to where he was standing and asked him, quote, "What you have to say now?" before stabbing him in the neck multiple times. The landlord said blood was spouting from the wound after the attack, so someone called an ambulance. He said he was then taken to the Princess Margaret Hospital, where he spent 5 days in the intensive care unit. Mr. Kinloch said that this wasn't the first time Forbes confronted him, since the accused had a habit of coming and telling him the property he was renting was not his. When Forbes, who was was not represented by an attorney, cross-examined Mr. Kinloch, he suggested the complainant's brother was his landlord and that Mr. Kinloch was lying to him the whole time. Oh, my goodness. Okay, so that's just a wacky story there. But just letting you know, I thought that was... a lot of people are on edge. on edge, and we need to bring down the temperature in the place and avoid confrontations at all costs. You don't know what's going to happen in the end there. All right. We got this call. Let's take this call. Good morning, call. You're on the air.
Yes, good morning, Blend. How is everybody doing?
Hey, we're trying to do okay.
Man, that's good. That's good. We need to address the levels of infections that people are being succumbed to, and it happens at various levels. If you did some work that I did with some computer viruses and how you can infect parts of your computer system, memory and hard drive, you realize that similarly, we need money to survive. And when money to survive, because of this system that we're under, we're going to affect other people because we're going to let them know, look, I am hurting. And I wish we had leaders who can actually show people how to make money. Because, man, look, if I can sit down in front of you, Dwight, and show you how I can make $1,000 in 2 hours, wouldn't you want to be able to do that every day for the rest of your life, sir?
Well, it depends on what it is.
No, legally, because there's $7 trillion passing through the banking system every day. And we could tap into that. And if we had leaders who had financial minds, they would be teaching the citizenry how to do that instead of trying to manage poverty. Come on, man. Let's fix this. Now, would you be willing for me to demonstrate to you? You can do it as an investor. I give you the codes. You could look up and watch and see how you can just make money, man. What'd you say?
I'd be curious.
You would be curious, you say?
No, that's how you get. That's how you get.
I mean, it can't hurt to watch.
It would.
Well, it would be better to learn how to. And teach you how to, instead of showing you how I do it, teach you to do it yourself. You fall down and get up, and then you don't have to worry about killing people because it's all about money. Think about it.
Okay.
You owe me some money, and I got to settle the debt with you because you know what? The money you owe me, I borrowed from somebody else. And the whole country is the same way. We borrow money from the European Union. We got to rob from the people to pay them back. We need to stop this. Put money in people's pockets. Leaders should know how to do that.
Okay. Thank you very much. Appreciate
Good.
it. All right. Let's read some of your text messages. Somebody says here, this is why the country won't be any better. We're too soft on criminals. Okay. This one here, there's an imbalance. When the public defies the police, a message must be sent. But when the police abuse their power, no message needs to be sent. Well, I don't know who said that. And messages have been sent, but you might not like the messages. But, okay. Let's take this call. Good morning, call. You're on the air.
Morning, Dwight.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning, Steven.
Hey, morning, what's up?
Steven, you'll come a little low, Dwight. You need to kind of, I can hear him, though.
No, I think he did that. But, yeah, go on. We can hear you.
Yeah, Dwight. I wanted to the gentleman who got sentenced for, you say, 8 months, right?
Yes.
I think the sentence was not justifiable for a criminal record. I think he should have had community service, and I agree, Steven, he should have been allowed to speak counsel for anger management. And
Wait, which one are you saying? The sentence was too long, or what?
Too harsh. You don't need a,
that was too harsh.
Right. What I'm trying to say, we need to start making criminals out of innocent people.
Well, he's not an innocent person.
He's not
innocent. No, what I'm saying, you hear me wrong. Of course, you attacked the police. Don't get me wrong. I'm just encouraging you.
And broke many other laws.
Right, breaking him up. But what I'm also
And
saying...
endangered the lives of hundreds, if not thousands of people.
Right.
And also, there's probably like loss of productivity from all the people get to go back to work on time because they were stuck in traffic.
Steven, let's be serious.
I am being serious.
Yeah, but the gentleman should have get community service.
As well, I agree.
We need to be careful, not just making criminals out of people.
Yeah, well, people need to stop trying to be criminals.
Yeah, right. But right, he was. I don't think his intention was to be.
Oh, clearly it was. Clearly,
I'm sorry.
Clearly, did you not hear all the things that he did?
Right.
No, he pled guilty though. You can't come out and say, "Oh, I don't think that he meant to do it."
I agree, Joe. Let me take this back. I agree. He pled guilty, but at the same time, he should have got community service, anger management, counseling.
Right, as well as 2 years in prison. I agree. All of those things and prison time.
No, I think you could do 8 months and community service. That would have been fine. Yeah.
But he still have a record. my point is, he has a record now.
Hey, don't drive in a reckless manner. Don't drive without third-party insurance, without a driver's license. Don't assault a police officer when they try to give you a ticket for those things. And don't escape from the police officer and then try to fight the police officer again. Don't do those things, and you won't have a record.
And also, let's tell the police, let's treat citizens as a normal, respectable citizen. Don't contact them.
Well, I don't know if that happened here. That has nothing to do with this.
Just train how to approach a normal citizen.
And that's what it sounds happened here.
You see, I mean, sometimes harsh words bring harsh words back.
Okay.
Have a good day, Dwight.
Okay. All right.
You know,
I think you all know in some other countries that man would not have been alive today.
It's not even right. We don't have to go to other countries, right? Because all it have to do is, even if let's take the police out of the situation. That man had done all those things to a regular citizen on the side of the road, they'd be calling for the death penalty for him. If he had if he had come up to somebody's son, right, and the son is like, "Man, why are you driving like this?" And then after he done swerve up and down the road, drive up the wrong way, and then he get off his bike and start punching that person's son in the face, and the police had to intervene, we will be calling for him to be hung in Bay Street today. Right? My thing is, does the police do things wrong? Yes. But at the same time, if we want fairness and justice, we have to have fairness and justice across the board. It can't be fairness and justice except for people who we don't like. It has to be fairness and justice for every single person in this country.
Absolutely.
Right? And so the thing is, if that man is part of the reason why we have so many persons who are, every single time a murder happen and they find the person who do the murder, this their third murder. It don't ever be their first murder. They on bail for murder. And you know why? Because two of them already have it inside their head. Hey, I could kill somebody and I get the right lawyer and $10,000 bail and I could be back on this road in a week. Do some say that stuff aloud. That's quotes. And so the thing is, like, if people thinking like that about murder and they know, ain't nothing can stop me from being on this road, that's the reason why we have persons keep on doing it. Because, first of all, none of them expect to live to 30 anyway. Right? And so if we have that same attitude every time we legislate this thing where it's like, well, ain't nothing really going to happen to you. Mm-hmm. You are free to go. Just pretend to be citizen and then go back on the road. And I bet in 8 months, when he come out of prison, he could be driving a car that don't belong to him and he don't have permission to drive. Still don't have no insurance. And it's like there's no way to at least say to other people, listen, if you do this thing, it ain't gonna be easy breezy.
Right.
Right? At least know that something is going to happen to you. He ran away not because he was afraid of jail. He ran away because he didn't want to pay a fine. That's it. And it's like that the level of, like, what I want is the next time somebody get pulled over by the police, that they have enough thought in their head that I could either get a fine or I could get buried inside the prison. Let me not do something dumb and just go pay the fine. That's what I want. And the only way for that to happen is if these dudes them go get buried. And some of these dudes need to get buried inside Fox Hill Prison.
Let's take this call. Good morning, caller. You're on the air.
Hey, good morning, Dwight and Stephen.
Hi.
Good morning.
Yeah, man. Well, these people got to be what they caught and pick in mind when it comes to that guy with them assaulting that. I mean, watching that video, it was disturbing, right? Broad daylight, public highway, and the guy. I find that to be. Now, I mean, all of us know that police officers, all of them aren't the same, and some of them do things that we don't agree with. So that gentleman or that guy, right? I think he should have at least 5 years in prison, right? He should have been made an example, right? Because it doesn't care how bad it gets. When problem arises, only one entity we could call inside this country, and that's the police, right? They're the only one to come to help us when we are in distress. So based on that, right, I feel as if that gentleman should have been made an example of, right, because there's no way he's supposed to be, Miguel, I didn't get that.
8 months.
How much?
8 months.
No, man. Now, and that is disturbing. That is encouraging criminality in my view, right? Because 8 months, he come out in 6, right? Because they never actually spend the whole time they give them, right? So he get 8, he come out in 6, right? And that is ridiculous, and that is definitely not a sentence that should have been given to a person with was fighting the police in that manner, and it went viral. That is all over the world today. So I believe there's no way he should have got a slap on the wrist for that, because he just didn't embarrass the police. He embarrassed me as a Bahamian citizen, because that went viral around the world. You guys have a nice day.
All right. Got quite a few messages here before we take a break. Someone says here, his offense crossed the line. If it didn't warrant the maximum sentence, it warranted 3/4 of the maximum sentence. That would have sent a strong message. 5 years was the appropriate sentence. Another text here. Stephen, you are so right. That's the text, okay? Utter disrespect to the police force. The officer was only doing his job. What has this country come to? 2 years, the young man should have gotten in prison. Another one here. Good morning, that thug who assaulted the officer. I wanted to shoot him. When I watched the video. Okay. This one says, if it was in the U.S., he would have been shot dead. Well, yeah. And another one, I definitely think that 8 months was a smack on the wrist. I agree wholeheartedly with your sentiment that in another country, this would have ended very differently. Does not send a message that suggests the police are not to be assaulted. All right, well, I don't know if what he did warranted getting shot, but
I'm saying that, like,
it could have had a different outcome.
No, I'm just saying people are going to be, if that was somebody's son, our reaction would be very different.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? The people that are looking at it and saying, they look at police officers like police officers aren't a part of our country, a part of our community. Like, they don't take off their uniform and go home, and their children don't go to our schools and they don't go to our churches. We look at them like, oh no, they are inhuman automatons that just carry out the will of the people. And it's like, you got to be fair across the board. If that was your son, you'd have been on the news last night crying for justice.
Yep. We'll have more of this after the break, and we'll get into what's happening with the doses that we have left in the country for the COVID vaccine, and the F&M ratifying their final health minister says about campaigning during the pandemic. It's all straight ahead on this Friday morning on Morning Blend on Guardian Radio 96.9.
Jail is hard, HMP hard. If you never been to jail, boy, don't feel bad. Do it, come on. Serious life. One more time. All you boys don't cry. Come on, you can spend some time. Just stir the trouble, boy, and you'll be fine. You better just do the right thing, and you'll stay out. Trust me, boy, I know what I'm talking about. Come on, jail is hard. Come on, HMP is hard. Oy! When you look in your neighbors, tell them they look so sad. Cause jail is hard, HMP is hard. If you never been to jail, boy, don't feel bad. Come on now.
This is Guardian Radio FM, Nassau, Bahamas.
.36 the time. Time for your Morning Blend Traffic Alert brought to you by RBC Royal Bank. Gladstone Road, some heavy traffic as you get closer to JFK Drive in the northbound lanes this morning. You'll be noticing that. Smile Butler Highway also busy, but not as busy as it normally is at this hour. You'll be seeing that the closer you get to Tawny Williams-Darling Highway in the northbound lanes this morning. Elsewhere, the traffic is building on Blue Hill Road northbound to the Independence Drive roundabout and on Carmichael eastbound to Blue Hill Road. And then pockets along the major intersections of Prince Charles Drive and then Robinson Road, especially Robinson and Soldier Road and Robinson and Old Trail and Robinson Marathon and East-West Highway. Those are your hot spots for now. We'll have another real-time report for you after the 8 o'clock news. Your traffic alert brought to you by RBC Royal Bank, banking reimagined. And time for another check of your weather for today. We've got high pressure that continues to maintain gentle to fresh winds across the country, while upper-level troughing will enhance shower activity across the islands. Beachgoers in the southeast Bahamas should be alert for possible rip currents along easterly beaches. Residents should remain hydrated as we're expecting high heat indices again today in the triple digits, and you should limit outdoor activities today. For all areas, look for partly sunny, hot, and humid conditions. Breezy as well with passing showers or a thunderstorm, becoming fair and warm with passing showers tonight. Small craft caution continues for the southeastern Bahamas. Temperature-wise, look for highs getting up to around 91 Fahrenheit, 33 Celsius. The heat index will be near 103 Fahrenheit, 39 Celsius. Overnight lows tonight getting down to 75 Celsius. Your extended outlook for your weekend, an upper-level trough near the southeast Bahamas will migrate northwestward through the islands, while the high pressure will maintain its quasi-stationary position across the country throughout the weekend. So for Saturday, look for partly sunny, hot, and humid conditions with passing showers and a thunderstorm in the northwest Bahamas, becoming partly cloudy, hot, and breezy with isolated showers and thunderstorms in the central and southeastern islands. Sunday, variably cloudy and hot with isolated showers and thunderstorms over all areas, becoming humid and sticky in the northwest and breezy in the central and southeastern Bahamas. The tropics are relatively quiet. Tropical cyclone formation not expected during the next 48 hours. That's your Morning Blend weather check. We'll be back with more Morning Blend after these messages here on Guardian Radio 96.9.
Enjoy an elevated mobile experience with BTC, giving you
unlimited talk for the best conversations, unlimited data for all your online fun,
and unlimited roaming to stay connected while overseas.
For just $50 per line.
Unlock unlimited mobile talk, data, and roaming when you sign up for BTC Superfast Fiber Internet with speed starting at 100 megabits per second. Enjoy more great savings and value. Upgrade or sign up today. Visit any BTC store or btcbahamas.com. Conditions apply.
There's only one way to have a better morning. How? Start your mornings the best way with our 2 for $6 breakfast sandwiches at Wendy's. For a limited time, choose any 2 of your favorite breakfast sandwiches, including the fresh Strachan sack muffin, honey buttermilk chicken biscuit, double sausage muffin, or the sausage, egg, and cheese biscuit. Wash it all down with our cold brew shake or coffee. Better mornings always start at Wendy's. Wendy's, different inside and out. Excludes airport locations.
Screws and Fasteners World, Balfour Avenue and Palm Beach Street, has those hard-to-find fasteners for you right now. You can find carriage bolts, galvanized bolts, threaded rods, nails, self-tap screws, sex bolts, anchor bolts, turnbuckles, masonry tools, hand tools, and weed whacker strings. Check out the rope selection and car body fasteners, too. Special orders are welcome. It's your #1 fastener store. Screws and Fasteners World, Balfour Avenue and Palm Beach Streets. Call 326-1976.
Switching your mortgage to CIBC First Caribbean is easy, affordable, and convenient. We'll help with your switching cost, give you 3 months payment free, and waive your commitment fees so you can enjoy the break you need. Plus, you'll get up to 95% financing and a pre-approved Visa Gold or Platinum credit card with 5,000 bonus reward points and more. Switch your home base to CIBC First Caribbean. Terms and conditions apply. Visit CIBCFCIB.com for more information.
This is Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM, Nassau, Bahamas.
It ain't right, Lord, it ain't right. God is the mosquito bite. It ain't right, Lord, it ain't right. It ain't right, Lord. Last night you gone to a party, come back with a hickey. You say mosquito do that. Punchita, that ain't no mosquito. It was something bigger, girl, like smell a rat. Something just ain't right. That ain't no mosquito bite. Something just ain't right. Why you acting so uptight? Baby, I've been loving you so long, loving you so strong. Now I'm wondering if someone done been in the cookie jar, plucking on my guitar and pop the G-string. Something just ain't right. Why you acting so uptight? Something just ain't right. That ain't no mosquito bite. That ain't no mosquito bite. She gone out to a party lounge.
And on Guardian Radio 96.9, Dwight Strachan along with Stephen Hanna on this Friday morning. We are talking about what's in the news. Still getting a reaction to this story. I want to move on, though, but I'm just going to read these final couple of messages about the gentleman who attacked the police officer who's trying to give him a ticket for driving recklessly on a scooter last week. That viral video that we all saw. And jailed for 8 months. He pleaded guilty to most of the charges, and he did apologize to the officer that he fought. Many of you not agreeing with that sentence, thinking it's far too short. This text here saying that, asking, can the AG's office appeal the sentence? They could, but I'm sure they won't. They won't. This is, the court is, you don't have time to. This is not a capital offense. It doesn't feel good. It doesn't sit well with most of us to see people acting like this. But okay, gotta move on. I'd be very surprised if they did that. If it were something more serious, yeah, but I doubt they would. On Twitter, we have, this was a blatant act of unlawful behavior with violence towards a police officer. I would have sentenced the punching biker for 3 years, followed by a year of probation. There should also be some compensation to the officer. Well, he was fined. I don't think it goes to the officer, but he was fined $1,000 for the traffic offenses. Yeah, so, hey. But we need to talk about it, and hopefully people hear it and hear about it and have discussions and understand that there are ramifications. And if it continues to happen, I'm sure the sentences will go up because obviously people weren't getting the message, right? But we got that bizarre call earlier about churches not teaching about but obviously we may have to go back to what we thought was commonplace in Sunday school about these commandments and what to do and how to live as a human, whether you're a Christian or not, just what not to do and what to do. And we need to reinforce this with not just children, but adults as well, because we've got a problem. Something is not quite right. Yeah. This text here. Okay, how much time did they give the American who beat up several police officers? She's talking about a very old story. I think he was sent back to his homeland, wasn't he? Or unless you're talking about a different incident. I don't know. Stephen, are you there?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, okay. There we go.
Several things on mute. But yeah, he was sent back. What I was saying, I was commenting earlier about you saying, oh, we need to teach this again in Sunday school. And I think that what the caller failed to realize is like, the country is no longer the country that it used to be. All right? All of the children who was annoyed to go to Sunday school 20 years ago, 30 years ago, and they don't go to church and they're not dragging their children to church. And if their Grammy don't take the child to church, the child ain't going to church.
Right.
So perhaps it is being taught in Sunday school that thou shalt not murder. It don't mean that the people who need to hear it necessarily hearing it, because there's no guarantee that those people are the ones that I feel like we don't have a bunch of deacons going out murdering people. We have to worry about other crimes with them, but once again, it's one of the situations where we cannot put the burden of the entire community on one element of the community and say it is all up to them. The teachers need to make sure that these children learn how to say good morning and good afternoon. And it can't be, the church needs to teach people not to murder each other. And it cannot be that why the police officer didn't give him a back massage. Those are elements of our society. They should do their best. Perhaps they should do those things. But also, every individual in society has a part to play in either the example that we set or the words that we say and all that other good stuff. And particularly parents also have the biggest role to play in all of it. So the whole passing the buck along, even if for the next year every church only taught about murder, I don't know if that will have a direct impact on the murder numbers if the people who don't go to church don't hear that message.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely.
So,
Well,
everybody got to take responsibility for their responsibility.
We need to change the topic because we could get this show now. We could hijack this whole show and talk about this because I'm about to say how, and if you have a steady diet of entertainment that is just all about murdering people, and you don't have that reinforcement that this is just somehow for entertainment purposes. I mean, it's all for naught, right? So, and that's all that we are seeing. Every single movie, TV show, everybody's a murderer, everybody's a killer, everything is killing. So seriously.
We tend to forget how fragile the human body actually is, because we watch enough Fast and Furious movies to believe that we could fly a car across the highway and nobody will get hurt. The human body is very fragile. If you hit a human being in the head at the wrong angle, they will die.
Yep. Absolutely. People get shot in these movies and get up and run a marathon. People who were shot 20 years ago who every day feel pain from that.
Right.
So
and the bullet ain't even in them.
Right.
And
maybe the bullet is in them. And so these things don't go away. And
that's the
media
people who survive. There are people who've been hit by a bullet in any part of their body, and they died on the scene.
Well, of course.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like we cannot, but it's up to society to be like, hey, you know that I real, right? You get shot in your stomach, you will not be able to run or do X, Y, and Z. You're going to probably bleed out there.
Mm-hmm. And I'm pretty sure those conversations are not being had with our young people. Not much at all. All right, let's we'll pick that up at another time. That's going to be, we need to do a show on that. I know people always say that when we talk like that, we're trying to censor freedom of expression. Every time.
I don't have these people.
No, that's good. I wish I didn't. But we'll have a show on that, maybe very soon. Okay, so let's get to the vaccine issue. This is only, for now, first doses suspended due to the shortage. And many people reacting to this. We knew this was going to happen. People were saying that from day one, that obviously 100,000 doses. What? We've got nearly 400,000 people here. This is not going to work.
And you need 2 doses.
Right. So we knew that was coming. But I think nobody expected there would be all these delays globally. And some should have expected that.
Who didn't expect this?
Well, there's all kinds of different vaccines. There are people cranking it out. There's vaccines sitting around in some countries. They don't know who to give it to. Who thought that we would have been here?
Did these people not exist on planet Earth? Do they not realize,
Well, they didn't realize how selfish other people in the world are.
Right.
Other countries. And so, hey.
But how could they not? Go ahead.
You know, sometimes you think pandemics change people's mentality. But
why would they? Everything is an opportunity to make money. And if hoarding is going to allow me to make money, then I will make money. And if selling to the highest bidder will allow me to make money, then I'm going to sell to the highest bidder.
Yeah. Wow. Take a listen to this report from our Kyle Joaquin, who are expressing their frustration with this, what's happening right now as well.
Yeah, but I don't understand how they can run out, you know.
Annette Christophilus got her COVID-19 vaccinations in the U.S., opting to take the Moderna vaccine. But she says after months upon months of hearing public officials make a plea for Bahamians to get vaccinated, running out would be the last thing she expected to happen. And she's not alone.
I thought they can't, I mean, why would they push you if they knew why they should have more vaccine available for people? I mean, I was thinking about going this week.
In a statement, the committee said the administration of the AstraZeneca COVID-19 vaccine will be limited to second doses until additional doses of the vaccine are received in country. The administration of first doses will resume once additional COVID-19 vaccination supplies have been received. According to that statement, this shortage shouldn't last long, saying the Bahamas is scheduled to receive 33,600 doses of the AstraZeneca vaccine before the end of July through the COVAX facility. In the meantime, John Boleg wonders how the country has stumbled upon a shortage.
I don't think it's acceptable. You know, in the crisis, I don't think that it's acceptable.
The push for vaccinations has been a hard one from the government's end, with the Prime Minister even making another call in his recent independence message.
Oh, that's not good.
Michael Tucker says while he's not one eager to get the vaccine, there could be those who may have recently made up their mind to do so.
So how is it we have a shortage? That doesn't make any sense to me. It would be nice if everybody could get a vaccine. Personally, I'm not interested.
As of July 2nd, over 97,000 doses of the AstraZeneca vaccine have been administered in the Bahamas. Over 60,000 have received at least their first dose, with 37,000 fully vaccinated. Health Minister Renwood Welch said on Tuesday the Bahamas is set to get 57,000 doses of the Pfizer vaccine through the COVAX facility, but he could not say how soon. Reporting for the Guardian News Network, I'm Kyle Joaquin.
Okay. Thank you, Kyle. I'm not sure what's going on with the people he spoke to. I appreciate you speaking, but I'm not understanding what you all don't understand.
One of them doesn't even want it.
But anyway, okay. But let's talk about the situation. So this is in line with what we spoke about yesterday, with so many companies telling their employees that you either get vaccinated or you're going to have to pay for your own tests. And, of course, they can't do that now. But we have a shortage, and we've known that from the first company said this. We said, but, hey, there's not even enough vaccines here yet. So how can you say this? And here we are, definitely there. What do we do? We're hoping they'll be here at the end of the month.
Oh, you know what else? Sorry, and this is still on topic, but something that y'all said yesterday that I was like, one, don't give these crazy children of the devil any ideas about trying to cut people pay and all this different stuff. But the other thing is, okay, so if you're saying, if I work at a place and the place say, oh, we're not going to give you guys any Christmas bonus because we had to pay for all these extra tests, I'm going to have a problem if I already vaccinated. Because I never get no tests. So I need to get my Christmas bonus. And then it could be an issue if I get a Christmas bonus and nobody else get a Christmas bonus. So I encourage to just throw that idea out your head. Throw that idea out your head, because that ain't going to work.
Okay, yeah, that's going to be interesting.
No, I'm saying it could be a vibe.
It would be vibe is right. Okay,
because if you ain't spending on your employees, you got to be spending on
they just won't give anyone a bonus. That's
and it could be a problem because they'd be like, well, why we ain't got no bonuses here?
Pandemic,
and I want somebody to mumble.
Pandemic, COVID, Dorian, same thing.
Let me tell you something, Dwight. Many of these companies, particularly these telecommunication companies, been making money hand over fist.
Okay.
I'm just saying, I don't know if they're cutting bonuses or they're not paying people overtime or whatever it might be. But I know one thing for certain: everybody needed internet during this horrible pandemic season. From 2020 to now, people have been consuming internet like never before. So there's no way that these companies.
No, but there's many other factors that could limit.
No,
once again,
they also fired a bunch of people.
No, let's not get into that. Let's not get into that.
All I'm saying is, these companies excuse to not give people money, and they need to stop it.
Okay.
Just pay your workers what your workers have worked for. That's all I'm suggesting.
If you can, yes.
No. If you can't, then you are in the wrong business, and you need to re-look at your entire business model because you are doing something wrong. You need to pay them what they have worked for. Now, if you as the CEO realize we didn't make enough of a profit, then you need to forego your entire salary.
Wow.
Start cutting from the top.
Okay.
Because that's where all the weight is. That's where all the fat is.
No, and you can see that for yourself, that the cost of doing business in the country
I have no
gone
doubt,
up.
Dwight.
Gas prices are up.
You're right.
Electricity, all these other things are major
I
factors
have
too.
no problem with all that. And you know what my suggestion to them is? If that is the truth, your workers still had to suffer through all that as well. They also need more money. The company is not a living creature. It is made up of your workers. Pay your workers what they worked for. If you cannot do that, then you are in the wrong business.
Okay.
Figure it out.
It's never that simple.
I don't know where you're going to get the money from, but the same way when you owe the bank money, the bank look at you and say, well, you have until August.
Yeah, and that's what they do, Stephen, and they raise the prices for the consumers, and then the cost of living continues to go up.
No, but the thing is, people always do that. Where these capitalist pigs.
No. Let's not do that. Okay.
They say,
all right. But let's stick to what we're talking about here. We're talking about the vaccines and the
you
shortages.
have to
here.
raise the price.
Okay, let's stick to that. This text here: what is the reasoning behind limiting the vaccine to people who are getting the second dose? Please explain the calculus to me. Do the benefits weigh the benefits of twice as many with the one dose? That's a very good question. Very good question. I don't know if I can answer it. Because half vaccinated is better than not vaccinated at all.
Is it?
It is.
Are you sure? Because I feel like
absolutely is.
If you look at the card when you get vaccinated, it says that you have until a certain date to get your second shot.
They do say that, and again, we're hoping that in 2 to 3 weeks we'll have more, right?
But I'm saying, why would you risk giving people a first shot and then have to turn around and say, oh, that first shot don't count because it took too long for the second shot to come in, so now you have to take 2 more shots.
Well, AstraZeneca is a little more forgiving, in fact, right?
I'm saying whatever it might be, but that's an issue that you could easily avoid by just giving the second dose to the people who already have the first dose.
Yeah. So what do you tell to somebody who stood in line yesterday for their first dose and was turned away, and in 2 weeks comes down with COVID? What do you say to that person? Oh, okay. That's the answer right there. Wow. Oh, dear. Okay, it ain't right. Wow. Hey, let's take a break. We'll pick that up on the other side after the news. This is Morning Blend on Guardian Radio 96.9.
Last night you gone to a party, come back with a hickey. You say mosquito do that. Punchita, that ain't no mosquito. It was something bigger.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM, Nassau, Bahamas.
Welcome back to Morning Blend here on Guardian Radio 96.9. We are streaming live on GuardianTalkRadio.com and on the Guardian Radio app for smart devices. We're also on your televisions on Cable Bahamas Channel 969 and BTC Flow Channel 612. You can tweet us at Morning Blend 969 or Facebook.com/Morning Blend 969. Text us 422-4796. And now at 8:19, time for another check of your weather for today, brought to you by Bahamas First Insurance. We've got high pressure continuing to maintain gentle to fresh winds across the islands, while upper-level troughing will enhance shower activity. Beachgoers in the southeast Bahamas should be alert for possible rip currents, and mainly along eastern shorelines, easterly beaches. And residents should remain hydrated and limit outdoor activities during triple-digit heat indices today. For all areas, look for partly sunny, hot, and humid conditions. Breezy as well, with passing showers or a thunderstorm, becoming fair and warm with passing showers tonight. Small craft caution continues for the southeastern islands. Temperature-wise, look for highs getting to around 91 Fahrenheit, 33 Celsius, but you feel like 103 Fahrenheit, 39 Celsius. Overnight lows tonight getting down to 75 Fahrenheit, 24 Celsius. In your extended outlook for the weekend, an upper-level trough near the southeast Bahamas will migrate northwestward through the islands, and high pressure will maintain its quasi-stationary position across the country this weekend. So for tomorrow, Saturday, there's going to be partly sunny, hot, and humid conditions with passing showers and a thunderstorm in the northwest Bahamas, becoming partly cloudy, hot, and breezy with isolated showers and thunderstorms in the central and southeastern islands. Sunday, variably cloudy and hot with isolated showers and thunderstorms over all areas, becoming humid and sticky in the southeast, in the northwest Bahamas mainly, and breezy in the central and southeastern islands. The tropics are quiet and tropical cyclone formation not expected during the next 48 hours. That's your morning blend weather check brought to you by Bahamas First. What's first for you comes first for us. Eight 8:22 the time for another check of your weather, or your traffic alert from RBC Royal Bank. In your real-time traffic, we've got Mile Butler Highway, heavy traffic northbound, but not as bad as normal. It is not all the way down to Fire Trail. Just as you get closer to Harold Pond, you'll notice that there. In the northbound lanes up to Tawny Glooms Darling Highway. Tawny Glooms Darling Highway backed up just a little at that roundabout there with Mile Butler Highway. Gladstone Road, all Fire Trail, but still, as you get to the midpoint between Fire Trail and John F. Kennedy Drive, you'll notice that traffic in the northbound lane there. Blue Hill Road also not looking as bad as usual. People working today, we are seeing lighter traffic, but that's good. And that's the northbound lanes on Blue Hill Road as you get just north of Soldier Road, heading toward the Independence Drive roundabout. And then further down on Blue Hill Road, near St. Vincent Road, is a bit congested, but nothing you can't handle this morning. There's building traffic on Carmichael Road westbound to Coral Harbor Road, and we're seeing some heavier traffic on West Bay Street near Nassau Street as you approach the point this morning. Elsewhere, just at the major intersections, you'll be seeing some traffic at the traffic lights, like Prince Charles Drive and Beatrice Avenue, and Prince Charles and Soldier Road, Robinson, and Old Trail, Robinson, and the Mall, and Marathon Road there, and northbound on Marathon Road, and at that intersection of Bernard, Wolf, Soldier, and Village Road. Those are your relatively hot spots this morning. That's your real-time traffic and your morning blend traffic alert brought to you by RBC Royal Bank, banking reimagined.
This is Guardian Radio, your station for up-to-the-minute news, intelligent, interactive, and engaging conversation. 96.9 FM.
Get ready to mash this party up. It's Rick and Script full non-stop. Hey! Rick and Script. Rick and Script. D-Max style. Rick and Script. Oh, yeah. Rick and Script. I see you coming from a mile away, gal. Rick and Script. I see ya coming. Gal, I see ya. Hey! She says she's a real good girl. She only goes to church then home. I say I'm a real good guy like Rick and Script. I stay in my zone. She says she don't party. She tell me she ain't no cutter, but she'll go out with me. She say that she drinks Calyx, but only 3, and then she's done. I tell her I wish they had Calyx or drips, so party can done. She tell me she's a friend to know. I tell her I'm the one to trust. I tell her when we go to the dance, it's only just 2 of us. So we reach to the dance and she say, this my song, then she haul tail to the floor. She heads straight for the floor. You tell me this is your first time, but I hear you shouting more. It's like you've been whining, you've been Rick and Scripting, you've been drunk on new wind, you've been bump and whining, you think you're fooling.
We are back here at the Morning Blend on Guardian Radio 96.9. Dwight Strachan along with Stephen Hanna on this Friday morning. We are talking about the shortage of vaccines in the country and how it's been limited now to only second doses for now until we get fresh supply in. All right, so we're going to get into the F&M ratifying their final 4 candidates and what the health minister had to say about that as well.
Superhero thing.
Which one? The final 4?
Oh, yeah, it sounds like when the villains finally come in, and then it's like, I expect when you do the story that you're gonna have very dramatic music playing in the background.
Yeah.
Or at least wrestling. Or no, circus music. Like the weird little organ.
It's much more.
Well, now it's the final 4. Like something like that.
That's more appropriate. All right. So this interesting text just before the news. This person says here, the vaccine makes no sense. Your very own news report speaks about COVID cases increasing in California, even among vaccinated persons. Let's stop and think and stop pushing propaganda. No, texter. You're not listening. And that's what the problem is. Repeating errors. I don't know what you heard. That is not what that report said at all. They did not say that. Yes, California, well, at least that county, LA County, is thinking about, is going to do it, going to be requiring masks after lifting the mask mandate, right? But they did not say anything about about COVID rates increasing among vaccinated people. In fact, they said the opposite. That is not what's happening there. Between December 7th, this is according to the LA Times, between December 7th and June 7th, the unvaccinated accounted for 99.6% of LA County's coronavirus cases. 99.6%. And 98.7% of COVID-19 hospitalizations and 99.8% of deaths. Stop the propaganda indeed. Right? There's a surge in cases, but that's among unvaccinated people. Stop it.
Yeah.
Stop it. Stop it right now.
But Dwight, these are the same people who didn't realize that we was going to run out of vaccines.
Well.
It's like, and I always thought that the people who were saying all this stuff about don't trust the vaccine was doing it out of like some sort of evil intention so they could get the vaccine first.
No, they just don't want anyone to have it.
I bet a couple of them have it inside their back pocket. Like if you say, hey, so let me see your wallet a second. They have a laminated card that say that they got their 2 shots.
So what do they get out of it?
They made sure that they got it
just
before you get it.
Wow, okay.
If it's only enough for 50,000 people to get fully vaccinated, and it's 400,000 of us.
Okay. Anyway.
It would actually profit a lot of the don't believe in the vaccine.
Let's not put that out there. That's
the vaccine, the anti-vaxxers are actually hypocrites, and they probably take the vaccine.
If only they were. They're not. But
I would love for them to prove that they didn't take the vaccine.
Okay. But this is something we all need to be paying attention to, right? Even among the vaccinated, as we've said, many have said, you're going to still need masks. It is, right? It's going to be best for everybody to still wear masks. If only to protect, for everybody, not just for you, but for everybody else who's unvaccinated. We all need to be mindful that we share this planet with billions of people, and we need to be conscientious about all that stuff, right? So it's not going to end.
Some people can't take the vaccine.
Yeah.
Some people choose not to take the vaccine. And some people can't take the vaccine because there isn't enough vaccine, Dwight. Is that not true?
Yeah, that part as well.
Right. So it's like, for the sake of everybody, just because it's no longer affecting you, it might be on your clothes and you don't realize it, whatever. The whole point is for the good and safety of everybody.
Yeah.
Of course, then again, most people only got vaccinated so they could take off their mask, but whatever.
Yeah, but that's not going to be a thing, especially indoors. And that's what's happening in LA County. Starting tomorrow night, residents will again be required to wear masks in indoor public spaces, regardless of their vaccination status. And don't be surprised if that is how we will all be living in the near to midterm with all of this, because it's going to be a long, long, long time. All right, I want to quickly mention this before we get to politics. People are chomping at the bit to have their say on these final 4 and on what the health minister said about campaigning and elections. But in the day that now that those licenses have run out for the company formerly known as BPC, this is the time to ban oil drilling entirely. That's what the environmentalists are saying. They're saying that, why not? Why not? Coincidentally, today, the Associated Press is reporting that Greenland, the left-leaning government of Greenland, has decided to suspend oil exploration off the world's largest island, calling it a natural step because the Arctic government takes the climate crisis seriously. No oil has been found yet around Greenland, but officials there had seen potentially vast reserves as a way to help Greenlanders realize their long-term dream of independence from Denmark by cutting the annual subsidy of about $540 million the Danish territory receives. Global warming means that retreating ice could uncover potential oil and mineral resources, which, if successfully tapped, could dramatically change the fortunes of the semi-autonomous territory of 57,000 people. But the Greenland government saying in a statement, quote, "The future does not lie in oil. The future belongs to renewable energy. And in that respect, we have much more to gain." The government said it wants to, quote, "take co-responsibility for combating the global climate crisis." That decision was made on June 24th, but made public yesterday. So that's one country taking a stance. This is what environmentalists have been saying here for years, and this is another very environmentally sensitive country. And what will our leaders do? What will the Bahamian people do? Are you going to call for our leaders to do something similar? What say you on this? We'd love to hear from you. 325-4316, 325-4259. Tweet us, Facebook us, text us 422-4796. Or is it all about the money? Do we need the money? We need the money. We need the money. Which one? What do you think, Stephen? What do you think people would say if they had their say? Go exploring for oil because of the money, or we need to be careful with our environment?
I think what needs to be done is let's not set it up as a binary where it's like it's either you get money or you die. Like either you get money from oil or you die of starvation, right? There are many ways for us to make money doing things green. And I've told you before where it's like right now, I sent you an article about it last week, right? In the Sahara Desert, they are building what they propose to be the world's largest solar farm because the sun is beating on the Sahara Desert like 80% of the day or 80% of the year, right? Mm-hmm. They're going to build a giant solar farm that's so large that it will not only be able to provide energy to the African state that's building it, but also they're going to be able to export power to Europe. The way they're going to be able to export power to Europe is by using molten salt, which is they take regular salt and they superheat it till it's liquid, and they put it in a thermos essentially. That way it keeps the heat. Now they're superheating it using the sunlight. They take that thermos of hot salt, send it to Europe. In Europe, they take the thermos, put it inside a machine, pour water on it, the steam then turns a turbine, and they get electricity. We have sunlight and we have salt. We are not even investigate that, but we want to investigate something that's going to, even under the best circumstances, damage our environment.
Wow.
All right? And so it's like there are alternatives to us making money. I don't want us to have the conversation where it's like either we make money and kill our children because they all die from cancer and other weird related deaths because of this oil exploration, or we die of starvation today. That's not the conversation we need to have. The conversation we need to have is how do we live sustainably?
Yeah. Let's take this call. Good morning, caller. You're on the air.
Morning, gentlemen.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning to the glorious people at Guardian that listens every morning, every day. As relates to energy, the Bahamian people are in great dire straits because of the high cost of energy, and it has been like this for a very, very long time when it did not have to be. We have wind energy. We have ocean energy. The future does belong to clean energy, decent, clean energy. All right? what we're spending, I'll let you go right now. What we're spending on energy, if we just bite the bullet just once and create thermal energy from ocean current or from the wind, or like Stephen, Brother Hannah is saying, from the salt. I didn't even hear about that one, Steve. You give me something brand new to think about today. Thank you. So we have great potential, but the thing is, we have a lot of people who need to get back to work. When we start to talk about nationalization of the natural resources, it caused some international nations to get high in the collar. They get the feathers get ruffled. Need to find a way to bring the balance where those who have benefited could continue to benefit, but the Bahamian people could come to the forefront and be delivered from this financial economic disaster. Thanks.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
All right, let's read this text here. The Bahamas continues to face challenges based on our need for revenues. We keep just blaming our leaders, forgetting there is a world out there of blacklisters and economic hitmen who seem to want our country to fail. We need revenue, and oil and any other industry should be explored in a responsible and honest way. Okay. This text here. No to oil drilling is another text. No to oil drilling. We haven't had a good history of being responsible with oil. And they're mentioning BEC, oil saturated ground. It's a little bit different, but anyway. More oil than dirt. Then the Grand Bahama oil spill, the 3 birds, 1 goat. We had our shot with BPC, and it was a risky, shady shot, but now we know better. Do we? Okay. Another one here. I agree with Stephen, but that would never happen in the Bahamas because of the elite and their children in this country who have been robbing us from the land grabs, okay? Yeah, okay.
You're not good at live censoring.
Yeah, I agree, but that would never happen. Yes, talking about it. Okay, sure. Another one, Stephen, no government has the interest of all the people, so forget about what you just said about the SALT. We voted the government in, but they tend to forget who put them in. Well,
I say this is my thing, right? Because this is the conversation we had last week. The government dumb, right? And it don't matter which government, all them dumb. We didn't vote them in because they were smart. We voted them in because they was popular. Or we didn't like the other people. The truth of the matter is, the people who are really good at their job are doing their job, right? I will leave it at that. The whole point is, when we start repeating over and over the ideas that we want them to do,
yes,
and we spell it out for them, they used to see them. They used to cheat on tests inside school. All they're gonna do is turn around and say, "Oh, that's a good idea." And I promise you, if you say it enough times, one of them is gonna say,
"Yes, we can't let up on this. We is what you want. Keep saying."
So we have to keep repeating it because they will never come to the conclusion themselves. The people who get into Parliament are often more popular than they are intelligent.
Okay,
now they can take that however they wish to take it, but the truth is the truth.
Oh dear.
They are often more popular than they are intelligent.
Often. Okay. Right? Like I said yesterday,
so
instead of laughing,
tell them the right
gotta
thing
tell
to
them.
say.
Every time you see them, if you're displeased that whatever's happened or hasn't happened, instead of laughing at their stupid, corny jokes, you gotta boo or you gotta say something. Say, nope, we're not laughing at that because you didn't do this. You promised us that. You know we need this. We don't want that one. We want this one instead. Every time you see them, don't smile up in their faces like everything's fine. Be vocal and tell them to do the job that you put them there to do.
But also, if you're listening and you're a person who writes academic papers, you're a person who writes, you do medical research, you do any sort of research or write any sort of papers you need to have a short little pamphlet ready in hand for when they come around, and you give it out to all of them. You give it to the FNM, you give it to the PLP, you give it to the DNA, you give it to the Kingdom Government Ministries, Youth Associates Incorporated in God, whatever they name, right? You give it to every single party that comes to your door, right? So that all of them suddenly saying, yeah, man, we have this idea, we have this idea. And because of suddenly get this idea that we could do this thing correctly, or there's a good way to do this, and this will help the Bahamas in general, whoever in charge have to do it because the other people also want to do it.
Well,
you see, you got to play them against each other. Like, all I'm saying is, whatever you are good at, write it down or use that technique. So when they come to your door, you say, listen, I have a song I want to play for you. And the whole song is about how we could use renewable energy.
Well, we all need to become lobbyists. Absolutely.
Right.
Before we go to the break, this is the latest just coming in, the latest dashboard from the Ministry of Health. Folks, we've got to be concerned. 61 new cases. 61 new cases for July 14th. New Providence, 49 new cases. Grand Bahama, 7. Abaco, 2. Eleuthera, 1. And Exuma 2. So that's 61 in total. 61 in total. Concern. Deaths. 5 new deaths. A 53-year-old man from New Providence on the 10th. A 31-year-old woman from New Providence on the 11th. An 87-year-old woman from New Providence on the 12th. A 51-year-old man from New Providence on the 13th, and a 61-year-old man from New Providence on the 13th as well. 5 new deaths, folks. We got a lot going on. We're going to take a break, and then we'll be back with more. This is Morning Blend on Guardian Radio 96.9.
Wake up, it's a new day. Enjoy an elevated mobile experience with BTC, giving you
unlimited talk for the best conversations, unlimited data for all your online fun,
and unlimited roaming to stay connected while overseas.
For just $50 per line.
Unlock unlimited mobile talk, data, and roaming when you sign up for BTC Superfast Fiber Speed, starting at 100 megabits per second. Enjoy more great savings and value. Upgrade or sign up today. Visit any BTC store or btcbahamas.com. Conditions apply.
Bahamas for over 110 years with new ways to bank better. We are committed to deepening our relationship with existing clients and forging new ones in the future with new products and services and investment in the community, youth, and education initiatives. We are here to help you grow.
We're here to help you flourish. We're RBC.
RBC Royal Bank. Banking reimagined.
Stay a step ahead of technology with certainty and support from Custom Computers. Our know-how team is here to help you zero in on your next big tech purchase, finding solutions that take your productivity to the next level using only the best and most reliable brands. With 4 stores all across Nassau on East Bay, West Bay, Old Fort Bay, and Palmdale, there's no stopping you from stepping up your tech. Reach out to us at 396-1100. Find trust in your tech. Count on Custom Computers.
It's so summer with Esso, and that's why we're giving away thousands of dollars in fuel, food, and other fun prizes every week. Simply fuel up at $25 or more. Enter using your receipt, and you could be a winner this summer with Esso. Terms and conditions apply. Visit bettergasmileage.com/its-so-summer or our Facebook page for details. Promotion ends August 29th, 2021. It's fun! Food, fuel, and other great prizes every week. The Esso brand is a trademark of ExxonMobil Corporation and is used under license.
The summer you deserve is here at Alive. We do it better. Capture more moments and go further with our prepaid plans for everyone. Roam free with postpaid and stay connected with We do it better with more device offerings, accessories, exclusive deals with the list, and so many opportunities to win big. From travel vouchers, grocery vouchers, Alive merch, and more. Alive. Believe in best.
Put me in your pocket, take me away, yeah, I'm ready for you.
You invest in your children, your home, and your community. But are you investing in your financial future? At CFAO, we specialize in investment management, retirement planning, mutual funds, and private wealth management. Our team of experts never stops helping you plan for tomorrow. Because tomorrow begins today. Call us at 502-7010 to see what our financial advisors can do for you. CFAO. Growing wealth for future generations.
Travel less, but vacation more by indulging yourself and your family with the ultimate staycation getaway at Atlantis. Sleep in, relax, play, go out. Say yes to a fantastic staycation in your very own paradise just over the bridge. For reservations, call 363-6483 or visit Atlantis Local on Facebook for details.
Tired of banks forcing you to use technology to bank the way they want you to? Your convenience is important. So no matter what your banking needs, Commonwealth Bank's friendly staff are always available in branch for that personal one-on-one service. But when you choose technology, our online and mobile banking app offers you state-of-the-art functionality. The choice is yours. Commonwealth Bank. Bank the way you want.
Wake up, it's a new day. Wake up.
This is Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM, Nassau, Bahamas.
Get ready to mash this party up. It's Rick and Script full non-stop. Hey! Rick and Script. Rick and Script. D-Max style. Rick and Script. Oh, yeah. Rick and Script. Hey, y'all. Rick and Script. I see ya coming. Gal, I see ya. Hey! She says she's a real good girl. She only goes to church then home. I say I'm a real good guy.
We're back here with Morning Blend on Guardian Radio 96.9. Dwight Strachan along with Stephen Hanna. I just want to read this text here. What I'm not hearing is the number of people that recovered from COVID-19. Well, why aren't you hearing that? That's in the dashboard every single day. And they go on to say, or how the immunity of the recovered lasts longer than that of the vaccine. You sure about that? Okay. I don't know how you know that, but what is to measure that? We don't know. But the recovered cases so far to date, 12,048. And what about it? Yeah, more people recover. That's right. Yes, but 5 people just died. And a lot of people have died. Okay. All right. Anyway, let's move on. The Final Four, Stephen. The FNM last night ratifying.
Where's the music?
The Final Four. The FNM ratifying its last 4 candidates for the next general election. The candidates announced were Prime Minister Dr. Hubert Minnis for Killarney, Deputy Prime Minister and Public Works Minister Desmond Bannister for Carmichael, John Pinder, the current Director of Labour for Fox Hill, and Wellborn Boodle for Pine Ridge. There were dozens of F&M supporters at the Holy Trinity Activity Center for the ratification last night. One supporter walked around with a bell, which he rang sporadically while chanting, quote, ready to go.
Where are they going?
I don't know. The ratification came amid widespread speculation that Minnis will call an early election. He's been working and campaigning since it was elected back in May 2017. Campaigning since then. Wow. Culmer told the Nassau Guardian, quote, in order to win an election, you need to start working.
I think that everybody agrees with that.
Not just on the campaign.
Some people don't understand irony, you know. Some people don't understand irony. Continue.
He goes on to say, quote, we started working from day one. We came in when the country was in dire straits from financing. We were able to get the finances back up, get the country to where investors look at the country in a positive light. That next election, which is not due until, needs to be called by May 2022, will be held against a backdrop of twin crises, of course. Hurricane Dorian in 2019 and the COVID pandemic. And, Now, also from last night, the health minister, Remembered Wells, says that while there are safe ways to hold political rallies during the COVID-19 pandemic, he says the troops of the FNM are ready to spread the party's message. There are safe ways to hold a rally. Wells making the comments last night again as these candidates were ratified, speaking to the media. Asked about having an election during a pandemic, the minister said, quote, we're conducting the opening of our economy. Tourists are coming here. The airport is opened. Taxi cab drivers are moving. Our people are moving throughout the community. Folks are following the health protocols. If the election is called tomorrow, we know how to walk and chew gum at the same time as a people. We have been doing such since November of last year when we began to open this economy. Wells says the Bahamians can trust the FNM and the Minnis administration because both have proven the proven ability to lead the Bahamas through difficulty. The hosting rallies during the pandemic, he said, quote, there are safe ways to hold rallies, eh? He's asking, okay. We don't need to look any further than what took place in November of last year in the United States. Rallies were held in cars. The Democrats stood upon their stage, and there were others who were in vehicles, and they were able to speak and get their message out. The Republicans on the other side, they held in-person rallies, and the Democrats held rallies where they were on the stages and persons were in their
I'm
vehicles.
sorry. What? What's happening?
I don't know what that last part was about there. But I guess they're not the Republicans.
No, I'm confused though.
Oh, boy.
Are they?
They're going to have drive-in rallies, it seems. Maybe.
I have a better idea. How about this? No.
hold
rallies
on.
were dangerous before the pandemic
course.
of all of the human rubbish and feces being flung from the stage.
Oh.
Right. I called them riots just now. Sorry. Rallies have never done anything for the ecosystem with all that hot air burning a hole through the ozone layer that these dudes spew every 5 years on the stage. I think it would be I would actually prefer if they took all of the money that they're going to use for the rallies, all the money they're going to use for beer and the fancy
Well, they can't
stages.
do it now if they're going to be in cars.
Take all that money, divide it up, and just walk through the constituency and give everybody $5. I would actually prefer that
Okay.
to them having a rally.
Let's hear more of what the health minister is saying. So,
this is the health minister
the health
talking.
minister, yes.
Well,
he says,
he is definitely qualified for that position.
Take a listen. Quote, so there are many ways within the confines of the health protocols to hold rallies to be able to get your message out. If we were to move in that direction, everybody knows that the prime minister's tongue ain't got no bone, and he can speak for himself. What the?
That doesn't make any sense.
What?
That doesn't make any sense.
Hold on.
What does that
I
mean?
have to catch myself, though. Okay.
His tongue is spineless? His tongue is a coward? What does that mean? His tongue has no moral character? What does that mean? His tongue has no bone. Stop trying to be clever. It's not your strong suit.
Wait,
like,
let me finish. This one goes on. He says, but if he was to grab the spear of destiny and point it in the direction of a general election.
This man is in charge of a ministry. We are paying him $100,000.
Hold on, let me finish. Then the troops of the Free National Movement are ready, and we're able to get out there and carry the message that we've been carrying over the past 4 years. If he was to grab the spear of destiny and point it in the direction of a general election, then the troops of the Free National Movement are ready, and we're able to get out there and carry the message that we've been carrying out over the past 4 years.
But I was crazy because I wanted us to play weird music underneath it. Like, clearly these dudes are
overkill. That's just overkill. We'd be just overdoing it, right? This speaks for itself. We don't need to add anything.
Yeah, these guys are their own music. Right?
They are certainly their own clown music.
With the spear that pierced our Savior in his side, that's the one that Menace has.
Well, might be a different
How
one.
did he get it?
Well, let's read more. Well said, quote, if we have a government that is tried, tested, and proven through crisis, there are no ifs, ands, or buts about that.
There are plenty buts. There are plenty of buts.
He also says, quote, a long runway or short, we will still take flight. Wait, did someone ask him that? That just came out of there? Oh, all right. We will still take flight. Whether the runway is long or short, this administration is going to still take flight. Okay.
Cool.
All right. Okay. Well, there's very special juice at the F&M event last night. Let's hear what you have to say about that, folks. Very colorful language there. And, They're ready.
We
They're
pay
ready.
that man. We pay him.
Rallies in cars, possibly. If they.
This is the question I want to know. Would you prefer them to have rallies so you could stand up and hear them say these dumb things while you wear a mask for 3 hours?
At least you'll be in your car.
I would still have to wear a mask.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them don't brush their teeth. All right? Or would you prefer them to just give you $5?
No, that's not going to happen. So let's not.
Why? Because they don't want to share the filthy lucre that they've collected over the years with the rest of us?
Let's go to the phone lines. 323-6232, 325-4316, 325-4259. What do you make of what Wells says? What do you make of the candidates? I mean, no surprises at all. Maybe
what can be
Wellburn, Boodle. We all knew about John Pinder. Let's talk. Let's take your calls. Good morning, caller. You're on the air.
Yes, good morning to you, Dwight, and good morning to you, Stephen.
Hi.
Stephen, I just think they're trying to give you comic material because we haven't heard from you for a while. If you would just take the pill of common sense and logic. I wondered if he has read the COVID report concerning the acceleration of infections in the Bahamas, most likely the Delta variant, and the numbers of death. Taken to the fact that we will have probably 200,000 individuals on the on the roll, on the voters' roll, I can only assume that the is trying to accelerate the herd immunity, herd immunity and numbers of deaths in the Bahamas. I would like to know who's going to sanitize each booth after each voter. Who's going to share are we going to be sharing the finger dipping liquid? Are we going to be sharing the pen? Are we going to be just social distancing? I mean, I would like to understand the logistics of how this will be executed, considering that individuals would not be vaccinated. I think it would be wise upon the F&M to focus on the economic recovery, give us a actionable, comprehensible strategy for the redevelopment of the economy. We haven't heard anything of how we're going to get to work. We haven't heard anything with the social safety net. We haven't heard anything concerning the housing crisis we're facing. We haven't heard the health crisis. I mean, maybe, Stephen, we should take the money they're going to spend and put it towards the equipment we need to fight this COVID.
All right.
No,
thank you very much. Got some calls coming in.
And all these banks who we borrowing from internationally are pretty much similar. They will tell you what the money can be spent on, and it ain't gonna be what could build your country up. It could be what suits them. So you could have a party, but you can't have education and schools.
All right. Really good points from Seattle and great questions, and we've not heard anyone say anything like this. And this is the time we need to get this ready.
There's always an opportunity to just throw away the rules if it benefits you.
Let's take this call. Good morning, caller. You're on the air. Okay, let's take the other one. Good morning, caller. You're on the air.
Yes, good morning, Glenn. How are you?
Doing well. Good morning.
Wonderful. Remmett Wells has spoken the Queen's English, you know. He spoke exactly what he means, okay? And we take it for what it is, because like you say, they're going to take flight, okay? And that's okay? We need them gone, okay? And therefore, some stuff we would like for some of them to stay in the host of assembly, though, because they got the answer. You know, they know how much is the population. They've ordered the vaccine. How could they allow it to run out? Okay? And also, too, back to what the gentleman just said about housing. Okay, so for those people, according to them, they care about people. But then it doesn't seem so. Okay? Like I say, they're speaking the language. But you watch what they do. Therefore, okay, they for them and who is around them. But you know, it ain't long now. According to them, it ain't long now. The inner city is waiting on them. Until Remmett Wells, to God be the glory.
Okay.
Thank you, my brother.
Thank you very much. Let's hear this this call here. Good morning, caller. You're on the air. Good morning, caller. Are you there?
Yes, good morning. How are you guys doing this morning?
Doing well.
Why is the minister held being so duplicitous? On one hand, he's telling the Bahamian people, you gotta be careful and blame the Bahamian people at one point, not at this point, but at one point, for causing the virus to spread. But yet he doesn't see any problem about the campaigning part of it. Come on, man, you gotta speak with one voice. You can't always change in your talks. This is why we can't trust these people anymore, because they tell you one thing and then they do the opposite of what they're telling you. So how do you expect people to obey rules and regulation if you're telling us to obey the rules, but yet you're saying something different for yourself? You understand what I'm saying?
Yep. Okay. Thank you very much. Let's read these messages before we break. This person says here.
Hi. Good morning.
Let's read this text. This person says, I didn't know Wells was a proctologist. Oh, boy. This one says here, I'm happy they may not have those silly, drunken rallies anymore. They are really low IQ-induced, nonsensical events. Another one here. Can any of you help me with this? Dr. Davis or Dr. Minnis? Mr. Davis or Dr. Minnis? Who is the lesser of both evils? Well, you gotta figure that one out on your own.
Find you somebody who could do both.
Great human anatomy lesson by the Minister of Health. Testicular head should roll. Oh, boy. This one here. How about joining the leadership debate? Forget about your silly mud-slinging rallies. Hey, that is a good point. Yeah, why not that?
That will never happen.
My goodness.
So, and you know why it'll never happen, though, right?
Well, I don't even pretend to know what goes on the minds of those folks.
On their feet with any sense. Yeah. That's why every time a reporter goes to them and puts a mic in front of their face, they say the ludicrous things that they say because they're not used to thinking on their feet.
And a final text here as we go to the break on Minister Wells should stay focused on getting some vaccine in the country and an effective way of getting the message across that COVID is still around and is deadly. He should be letting us know what is to be done when the emergency orders are lifted. Despite the confidence that he is trying to portray with his nonsensical speeches, he should be laying out the election COVID-19 protocols. Absolutely. Some great text messages this morning. Thank you very much, folks. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, Morning Blend Business, we're talking with RBC about their Saturday banking. It's resuming. We'll get all the details. Stay with us.
When we go to the dance, it's only just two of us. So we reach to the dance and she say, this my song, dance floor. She heads straight for the floor. You tell me this is your first time, but I hear you shouting more.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM, Nassau, Bahamas.
The views and opinions of the host and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the position of the management and staff of Guardian Network.
Wake up, it's a new day. Wake up, it's a new day.
Good morning and welcome to Morning Blend Business on this Friday, July 16th, 2021. Welcome back to our Morning Blend listeners. Once again, I'm Dwight Strachan along with Stephen Hanna. And this morning we are talking about Saturday banking at RBC Royal Bank. It's back officially beginning tomorrow, and we're very pleased to have with us the Managing Director of RBC Royal Bank Bahamas and the Turks and Caicos, Lasanya Missick, with us. Good morning. Welcome to the show. Great to have you.
Hi, good morning. Thank you. Great to be here.
All right, we have wondered about this for a while since the pandemic. We know it went away. A lot of things went away, and we have often asked whether we'd see services like this ever again. And it didn't look good before, but this is encouraging. Why is it back, and why now?
Well, thank you. We've been thinking about Saturday banking for a while. And it's always been a part of our strategy in terms of offering flexible solutions to our clients. And so as we see the coming out of the state of lockdowns with consistency, we believe that now is the time for us to bring that level of convenience and flexibility back to our clients as it relates to Saturday banking. It's also given us an opportunity to reimagine what the Saturday banking experience should look like for our clients based on the nature of the banking services that they conduct with us now. So we're really excited about this, and we're hoping that with our new approach to Saturday banking starting tomorrow, our clients will also have a greater experience when they come in to visit our locations that's opening up.
Oh, that's wonderful. So what were they saying during this time? Were clients asking for it, wondering when it would come back as well?
Well, no, I think our clients were really accommodating. They understood the circumstances. They understood the limitations that was placed on everyone, many businesses as a result of the pandemic. But I think ultimately, we recognized how important this was to bring the level of convenience that we think our clients needed, that we did not want to delay much longer. And it's great to know that we're the first in the market to return to Saturday banking operations. And we believe that's an important message to make sure that our clients understand that while we're all going through this, we're also trying to bring that level of normalcy back to what they would find as convenient now that they're heading back to work. And now that they're starting to conduct some of their regular activities as well.
Right. All right. So, what will be available? What will clients be able to do, and what won't they be able to do on Saturdays?
So what it will look like, unlike in times past, what we call self-serve transactions. Those are the transactions that would be considered cash-related transactions that can be done at the ATM. So anything that's related to cash activity, we will have employees working at the branches who will support clients who may need assistance at the ATMs to, support if they're doing a deposit or if they're doing a withdrawal. Those cash-related services will not be available in the branch itself. They will continue to be available Monday to Friday, but our intention is for when clients are visiting the branches to engage with our financial solutions associates to support them with any more, what we would call more complex needs, which would be around if they have an inquiry in relation to their accounts, if they need to pick up an ATM card, if they need information about getting online, those options would be there. We will have our sales professionals as well, also available. Let's say, for example, you work from Monday to Friday and you don't have the time to come into the bank to sit down with a financial solutions associate, for example, to get some advice on maybe a purchase that you want to make. Saturday becomes a very convenient time that you can do that without looking at your watch and saying, I need to be back in an hour.
Right.
So we're opening that option up more as we reopen. It's really about being flexible to help our clients out when they're thinking about buying a home, purchasing a car, making savings and investments decisions, but not in an environment through the week where they are so rushed to get in and to get out, or in the evenings trying to fit that into a very busy week. So we believe that if we look at our reopening, it does align to providing those types of services. Prince Charles in the east, which is a highly residential area, Carmichael in the south, where we have quite a bit of our residents as well, and then Cable Beach in the west. So we're hoping that our clients that reside in those areas or conduct some level of activity in those areas would find it convenient this time around, but it's not overwhelming where there are long lines of transactional activities happening, because our clients have truly, they continue, but they've truly done really well in making their lives convenient by using a lot of our digital banking options, our mobile banking options. We have really good penetration rates and activities there. And our ATMs are being used quite a bit also. So we think that the education that we've given to our clients on a consistent basis about the options that they have around digital, that has matured now to the place where they find that quite convenient and many of them use it. So it will not be disruptive that we have a branch open that is now focused on providing these more complex services for persons who need to actually come in and speak to an advisor face to face.
Yeah. Let's talk more about that, by the way. We'll get back to the Saturday banking, but since you mentioned it, the digital services and online, you say that the people are adapting. Let's talk more about that. It still seems there's some holdouts out there. What would you say to those people who are not on that train as yet, who are still a little skeptical?
It's scary. I would start off by saying that, and it requires a bit of a mindset shift when you've been doing something the convention probably all of your adult life, and it is a challenge to start to step into a new space. But the world is changing, and as the world changes, we do have to find ways to embrace technology and to leverage some of these increased digital capabilities. And it's because it brings convenience to a very demanding day. And so what I would say is that our first objective as our clients visit the branches is to inform and educate and show them how simple it is, how easy it is, and to hopefully allow them to see the benefit. And we've had great successes with that. And I think we're moving into a space now where we're also showing our clients that the concept of having to pull out cash to pay for everything that they do is also just something that's not necessary. It's there's so many convenient ways that you can do these things now, and you can actually stay a little safer when you're moving around with less cash on you. So I look at it as a journey. I would just say to those persons who might be hesitant, we're not committed to just showing you once and expecting you to get it. We believe in the consistent approach of continually showing our clients what options they have. And then once you buy into it, that's it. I mean, I can tell you myself personally, very rarely do I want to actually go into a branch for something that's basic anymore. It's so convenient to sit here and just do it at my desk. And to enter the national traffic for only those things I absolutely would need to see someone face to face.
Yep, absolutely preaching to the choir. I don't know why, but hey, so what does the future look like? I mean, is it going to be, would never ever need to go in a bank at all? What are you seeing?
Oh, no, absolutely not. We love our clients. We love our people. We're focused on being a digitally enabled relationship bank. And I think relationship is the operative word there. We are absolutely committed to keeping a relationship with our clients. We do believe in offering advice and solutions. And that's what we're looking at as far as our future is concerned. Clients who are looking for advice, clients who are looking for solutions to meet their goals, clients who would have complex transactions that cannot be completed in the digital world through the mobile app and other sources that we may have. Those are the clients that we're hoping will come in, and the clients who we will proactively reach out to as well to come in and to have discussions with us. So there will, as far as our overall view of this, I think it's more of an omni-channel approach that we're thinking about. There will be a need for clients to continue to visit our branches, but we want it to be worth their while. We want it to be something where they really do need to see somebody face to face and to get the level of service that they need. But when they don't have to, they can sit back and they can say, hey, I have this option to just do this transfer quickly or send this wire transfer. Those are, I think, what I would call the omni-channel options and services that we wanted our clients to know that they would have.
Yeah. All right. So somebody's asking here, this is an interesting question, about with the online and with the ATM, when will we see instant deposit through ABMs like we see in the U.S.? Are we getting there?
We're getting there. To give you a timeline, so where that is in the pipeline, I think remains to be seen. That's still a little ways out, but we know that it is definitely an expectation for our clients, particularly as they use the ATMs more. In the short term, what I typically encourage our teams to ask our clients is, before you even think about the ATM, in all honesty, maybe we need to start asking our clients, why do you need to take out that cash, right? Or why did you get cash in the first instance, where you have to make a deposit? And how can we help each other in our whole world of payments and trading? Why not say to your cousin who gave you that $1,000 in cash, why don't you just transfer that from your account to my account, as opposed to bringing the cash to me and inconveniencing my life now that I have to go to the ATM to deposit it and wait for the hold to be released. And you could have transferred that directly to my bank account for $1, and it gets there the same day through the mobile banking app to speak to each other across all of the clearing banks in the Bahamas, right? So while and I know I kind of went in that direction, but it's, while we do know that what we call the smart ATMs for instant detection of the currency for immediate credit to accounts, it's a great option. And it's an opportunity that we definitely know has to come forward in the future. There's still ways that we can do things in what I would call just less cash overall,
Yep.
right? Like handling of cash overall in the interim.
Yep, absolutely. And with sand dollar and digital currencies, hopefully that'll accelerate this pace where we deal with cash much less.
Yes, I think sand dollar absolutely would continue to support the overall initiative is to transact and engage person-to-person payments electronically. I also think that if there's one silver lining coming out of the pandemic, it's kind of caused all of us to embrace technology a bit more across industries. So, and it's also given us a little bit of headwinds in terms of our clients, stepping into this digital space and doing their banking transactions due to the limited options that they had in terms of visiting a branch. And what we're seeing is that for those who did it, they love it and they're using it constantly. But we hope to still keep close to our clients and stay connected to them. So we don't always want them to stay away. We do want to see them from time to time.
Yeah.
For sure.
All right, we need to take a break, but we'll be back in just a bit. We're talking with Lasagna Missick, the managing director of RBC Oil Bank Bahamas. And we're going to be back with more Morning Blend business in just a second.
Money, it's all about money. Tell me, who don't need money to pay them bills? Better have some cash for food, rent, and clothing. For your backside is grass. Money coming. Sting in the building. Get money coming. Get money coming.
Wait, you know what's going on tomorrow? What happened?
Joe bringing these knives to school. He could do Junior in.
For what?
But he fooled with Joe girl.
Mother sick. And you know Junior don't back down for nothing. So that means you got a big fight tomorrow.
So whose side you want?
Side? I trying to stay in school, not Simpson Pen. We gotta tell somebody about this fight.
Tell somebody? I ain't no snitch. I mean cool, you know.
Wait, if you so cool, then you need to stay in school and stay out of the fight.
Yeah, but if I don't hang on Joe's side, him and these boys coming for me next.
All right, so we definitely gotta tell somebody. We gotta prevent the fight.
What I say, I don't want nobody call me snitch.
We could just call Crime Stoppers. You could report what you know, and nobody gotta know it's you.
So how did I boy?
All you gotta do is call them, or you text them through the Crack Crime Bahamas app, and nobody can know it's you.
Then the police come looking for me for more info, and when they finish with them, Joe them coming looking for me?
When you call Crime Stoppers, the calls go directly to Miami, and they don't ask nothing about you. Then you can get the pen from them, and they can claim a reward later using that same pen.
Plus, everything's scrambled, so nobody can read what you're saying.
Call 328-8477 from Nassau or 242-300-8477 from the Family Islands.
RBC has been growing with the Bahamas for over 110 years with new ways to bank better. We are committed to deepening our relationship with existing clients and forging new ones in the future with new products and services and investment in the community, youth, and education initiatives. We are here to help you grow.
We're here to help you flourish. We're RBC.
RBC Royal Bank. Banking reimagined.
It takes a village to raise a child, and it takes each to grow the Bahamas. On the clock, we dive into the stories, we identify the issues, and we engage the people, organizations, and institutions that keep the country running. On the Clock with Aaron Green, weekdays 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. here on Guardian Radio 96.9 FM.
This is Guardian Radio, your station for up-to-the-minute news, intelligent, interactive, and engaging conversation. 96.9 FM.
It's time for your morning business report brought to you by CFAL. Environmentalists saying now that the oil drilling licenses of Challenger Energy Group, formerly known as BPC, Bahamas Petroleum Company, have expired. The government must take a definitive stance on banning oil drilling in the country for once and for all. Environmentalist and Save the Bay's Chairman Joseph Darville saying it isn't enough that the government has said it will not move forward with anything involving challengers for southern licenses to explore and drill for oil until it has paid outstanding license fees. He and Bahamas Reef Environment Educational Foundation Brief and its executive director, Kazarina McKinney-Lambert, say the government must commit to not approving any future oil drilling licenses. You can read more about their comments in today's Guardian Business section. BPL is not seeking a tariff rate adjustment, although IRCA is about to conduct a comprehensive tariff review. BPL Chairman Dr. Donovan Moxey says that while the company power reporting and supportive of the review, it is not requesting any changes to the current tariff rates. And AML Foods Limited announcing that it will invest $3.5 million to reopen Solomon's Freeport on York Street in downtown Freeport as part of its strategic expansion plan. AML revealing it signed a 30-year lease to reopen the food store at the downtown location, which previously housed a Winn-Dixie food store. President and Chief Executive Officer of AML, Gavin Watchhorn, saying that despite the extensive damage and losses caused by Hurricane Dorian, it was always the company's plan to maintain its commitment to the Grand Bahama community and reopen. AML has pledged to establish a network of smaller neighborhood supermarkets, which and drive up group-wide sales to $250 million by 2030. The company says local contractors and artisans would be contracted to complete more than 80% of the work on the $3.5 million project. Overseas, world shares mixed today as rising coronavirus cases and tensions between the U.S. and China weighed on sentiment. Stocks fell in Paris, Tokyo, Shanghai, and Seoul, but rose in London and Hong Kong. U.S. futures edged higher. The U.S. Biden administration was expected to soon issue a warning to U.S. firms about risks of doing business in Hong Kong, adding to strains between the two biggest economies. And a resurgence of coronavirus cases across Asia and signs of rebounds elsewhere, casting uncertainty over recoveries in the region. In your Market Watch, recapping trading on the BISX from Thursday, your market movers, AML Foods Limited moving 1,500 shares, up 1 cent to $6.50. Bahamas Waste moving 3,700, up 1 cent to $6.97. Cable Bahamas to $3.40. Fidelity Bank moving $2,000, up 1 cent to $14. Consolidated Water unchanged at $2.43. Emira Incorporated up 2 cents, closing at $11.21. The BISX All Share Index closing at 1,959.82, up 0.20. That's your Market Watch, and that is your morning business report brought to you by CFAL, growing wealth for future generations.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Fresh news, smart talk, all day.
You're in a bad state when you ain't got no money. No, you're in a bad state. I don't think that's funny, no. I told my girl I lost my job. She said, baby, you got to think it out, 'cause you're in a bad state.
We are back here with Morning Blend Business on Guardian Radio 96.9. Dwight Strachan along with Stephen Hanna. We are talking with Lasagna Missick, the Managing Director of RBC Royal Bank Bahamas and Turks and Caicos, talking about Saturday banking and by the bank. All right, so we're getting some really interesting questions here. Somebody's asking about FinCo, when they'll be able to do their transactions digitally and online. Can you give us an update on that?
That we're working on that. We understand that it is important for our FinCo clients to have this level of convenience as well. And so while I cannot officially give a timeline, it is a work in progress, and we hope to have something soon.
Okay, wonderful stuff. And we were talking about technology and the future. We've seen the commercials for banks abroad, but where you can take a photo of your check and it can make a deposit. Is that sci-fi, or is that a soon-to-be reality here as well?
I think that one definitely requires a bit more of a conversation with the automated clearinghouse across all banks in order for something like that to work. But again, I bucket check writing along with cash usage quite a bit in terms of saying, why are we still writing checks today when there's so many other electronic options that we can use to transfer funds to persons at such affordable prices now, and they can get immediate credit for it. So, to be honest, I'm not even sure how
You
long.
skipped a generation with that.
Right, I know. I'm not even sure.
That's like asking why we didn't have 8-track at this point. It's like, it's too late. We just got to move on. We didn't have Laserdisc. We just went straight to DVDs and digital, so don't worry about it.
Yeah, I truly do think that the check writing is something that's obsolete or will be obsolete very soon. I don't even know if we need the imaging at this point. Personal opinion.
I do have a question for you. Is it Sonia?
Lasagna.
All right. To circle back to the talk about, it's still a situation where a person would have to come in and do stuff to to set up, to connect their account with the Sand Dollar wallet.
So the Sand Dollar service is actually being provided by through wallets offered by different money service providers independently. Okay. So, for example, I believe Canoe is one of the companies that would offer the mobile wallet, and other companies, Omni, a few other money transfer businesses. Right. And so what clients would actually do in some instances is they would be allowed to take off up to a certain amount and place it into that wallet and deposit it into that wallet. There will be restrictions around how much can actually be deposited into that wallet, but then they can use the wallet itself for day-to-day transactions.
Is there... Oh, so my only question was, and I don't know if this would fall under your purview or if you're even the best person to ask this, but is there a reason why the wallet wasn't just associated with, if you already have an existing bank account, your bank would say, all right, you know what, this is Stephen Hanna's bank account, so he has a wallet associated with this bank account, so whenever he wants to access that, we tell them, say, oh, by the way, you have access to this wallet. It allows you to do X, Y, and Z, so that it can have a further proliferation in society for the persons who already have a bank account, as opposed to me having to join with something new.
Well, it's remember now, the Sand Dollar is in its early stages, and banks still have to work through their strategy on how we make the connection, how each of us make the connection in support of the Sand Dollar. So I think what you are envisioning, eventually you will see that, but it will still be ultimately the consumer's choice, right? If you're banking with RBC, let's say when your bank now connects to the ability where you can go onto your mobile app and you can select from your account to make a payment to the wallet of your choice based on any of those money service providers, I think it will all come together. But the banks are still working through how we enter into this space as another payment solution for our clients. So we have the money transfer businesses at the moment offering the service. I think when the banks come on board and come together, then you see it working in the way that you illustrated.
I mean, the reason
which we're always thinking through right now as well.
Right. The reason why I'm concerned about it is because I feel like Sand Dollar is supposed to be digital currency, full stop, not digital currency for a specific sector of society. So it's like, if we wanted to operate in the same way that paper money or coins work, we have to have it as far across the board. If I have to go to a place like MoneyGram or whomever, like you said, the money exchange places, I may not frequent those places, and so I don't see it being as useful as even something as simple as, well, because right now I could transfer money from my Commonwealth Bank account to an RBC account or a Scotia Bank account. And so it's like I may not see it as useful a tool, and I just think that might be a wasted opportunity. So
No, you're absolutely right.
We'll
get there. We will get there. And that's how it should work. Mm-hmm.
Is there a timeline in terms of, and when you don't have to give me like February 5th or anything, but like, is there hope that before the ocean rises another 6 inches and we all have to move off this island anyway, will this be in place?
Yeah, no, and all of the commercial banks have been in discussions and in collaboration with the central bank. This is a digital currency that's equivalent to the paper dollar, and so it's a reputable digital currency, of course, administered by the Central Bank of the Bahamas. So we're supportive of it. We understand that our clients have evolving expectations as it relates to technology and the payments options that they have. So it's absolutely something that I can, I guess, confidently say that we're on board with. It's a matter of each of us looking at our technologies, determining how do we integrate it in a way that we can allow our clients to benefit from it. So it's not, the ocean won't boil, I think you said. It won't I can't remember what you said, but
before the oceans rise another 6 inches.
Yeah, no, it will happen certainly before that. It's just a phased approach that's happening now.
Yeah.
About back to consumer education and awareness of it as well, and the option, people knowing that this is another option in the suite of digital payments that they have that they can use. But we have publicly indicated as RBC that we're supportive of the sand dollar and this digital currency.
Right.
So it's just a journey for us to think about how do we integrate and what's the best options that we have based on our internal technologies to make sure our clients get it.
All right, I have a medium hard question for you.
Medium. That one was the hard one?
No, that was the warm up. So the medium hard question is, when I was growing up as a child, my grandmother opened a bank account for me when I was like 8 years old, because it's like, oh, that's the only way to save money, and then you get interest on your money. As I've grown older, the interest is becoming less and less at banks across the board. Should I still consider a bank a means of either retaining money? Like, is a bank still the place to put money in their own agencies? Like, what is the best way for me to view a bank in this day and age?
The core concept of a bank still remains the same, and it's threefold in my opinion. I'm going to go very basic for you. It's to store money, it's to transact money, and it's to borrow money. And those three things continue to remain the same. When you start to think about investments and rates and the return that you get on it, that certainly has to be a personal decision. Some people may prefer to get higher return on their investment, and so a bank may not be that choice for them because the rates offered at that time would not benefit them in the return that they want. However, somebody else may not be so concerned about getting a higher return on that investment, but making sure that their money is stored in a safe place in an organization where they don't believe that they would ultimately have a loss. So the bank makes sense for them in that instance.
I mean, you guys still offer like certificates of deposit and stuff like that, right?
We still offer those investment options. They are available. Term deposits, savings accounts, etc. I think, in determining whether or not the rate works for you would definitely be how you would want to decide how you diversify your investment portfolio. But it's really on a case-by-case basis based on the individual and what matters most for you. You want. Is it more profitability, more return? Is it more safety and security? It's a lot of different things. But we're still fundamentally doing those three things: storing money, transacting money, and lending money for sure.
Which one is the primary? Is there no primary focus? Is there?
Yeah, we have a primary focus.
I said it was medium hard.
No, this isn't hard. It isn't hard at all. We have a primary focus, and our primary focus is to make sure that we help our clients thrive and to become financially better off. So ultimately, our primary focus is to focus in terms of what's most important for our clients.
All right.
We don't pick one over the other.
We have this interesting question here. I think a lot of people experience this. We've been talking about digitization and using cash less. This texter says that they tried to purchase an expensive car part last week. They used their RBC debit card, but was not able to take advantage of a large number of discounts because the salesperson said it was due to processing fees. Let's talk about that. There are companies that are still doing this and can't get the sale price that, or refusing to accept debit and credit cards, and they'll blame the banks on this. But what do you say to what should a consumer do when they encounter an experience like that? When someone says, "Oh, this price isn't, you're not going to get this discount because you're using a debit card."
They should definitely escalate that concern. We continually educate our merchants to advise them that processing fee that you're speaking of, that's not something that should be transferred to the consumer. It's a part of the cost of doing business, right? If there's some way that needs to be built into the pricing of the goods and services of that merchant, then they should truly figure all of those costs out as they consider the pricing for their products. It's not something that is punitive. It's not something that should be penalized to the consumers separately. And so really, when a consumer experiences that, they should raise the concern. I can't necessarily tell you exactly to who, because we've seen it raised at different levels. We've seen it raised at the Central Bank of the Bahamas. We've seen it raised at various banks, and we've seen it raised directly with merchants. But when it does come to us, we do reach out to our merchants and to continue to educate them and keep them informed that it's not a charge for the consumer. It's a matter of a volume game. The more that they use or give their clients the debit card and credit card options, and the more volume and activity that they have in that space, the lower the processing fees, etc., works for them as well as the merchants. But it's to me, it's no different than the cost of doing business to put deposits together to go and draw a night bag and all of those other things that brings the complexities of things that complicates the business when you're dealing with cash.
Right.
So it's about weighing out the pros and the cons of which one is really the bigger cost to my business and which one is the bigger risk to my business.
Right.
And not passing that on.
All right, we got to take our final break. We are talking with Lasagna Missick with RBC Royal Bank Bahamas, and we'll be back with more Morning Blend business after these messages.
Got to think it out, 'cause you're in a bad state. You ain't got no money.
This is your intrepid reporter, Randy Sparks, with more breaking news. A new revolution is hitting the streets of Nassau. Can you hear it? No, you can't, because it's an electric car. Witness accounts claim Bahamians who switched to electric are excited to drive again and look forward to school traffic to spend more time in their car and no money on gas. What does this mean for the future? We reached out to Easy Car Sales on Gladstone Road for comment, and they issued one simple statement: more money in your pocket, less maintenance on your mind. This has been a breaking news story from Randy Sparks. Learn more at easy242.com. Drive electric, Bahamas.
It's happening, and it's all straight talk with no chaser. As Stephen Miller is unleashed on your radio each weekday, 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. right here on Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. It's going to be smart talk, ideas, and innovation. Each weekday, 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. only on Guardian Radio, your station for fresh news and smart talk. Trust me, you're not going to want to miss this.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM, Nassau, Bahamas.
And we've got your final look at weather for today. We've got high pressure that continues to maintain gentle to fresh winds across the country, while upper-level troughing will enhance shower activity across the islands. Beachgoers in the southeast Bahamas should be alert for rip currents, and everybody should limit outdoor activities and remain hydrated as we're expecting triple-digit heat indices again today. For all areas, look for partly sunny, hot, humid, and breezy conditions with passing showers or a thunderstorm. Becoming fair and warm with passing showers tonight. Smoke-craft caution in effect for the southeastern Bahamas. High temperatures getting up to around 91 Fahrenheit, 33 Celsius. The heat index up to 103 Fahrenheit, 39 Celsius. Overnight lows tonight getting down to 75 Fahrenheit, 24 Celsius. And for your weekend, that upper-level trough near the southeast Bahamas will migrate northwestward through the islands, while high pressure will maintain quasi-stationary positions across the country throughout the weekend. So that's going to mean for Saturday, partly sunny, hot, humid, passing showers, and a thunderstorm in the northwest Bahamas, becoming partly cloudy, hot, and breezy with isolated showers and thunderstorms in the central and southeastern islands. Pretty much the same for Sunday, variably hot and cloudy, isolated showers and thunderstorms, becoming humid and sticky in the northwest Bahamas, breezy in the central and southeastern islands. The tropics also quiet. No tropical cyclone formation expected over the next. That's your morning blend weather check.
This is Guardian Radio, your station for up-to-the-minute news, intelligent, interactive, and engaging conversation. 96.9 FM.
Nice hair! So it's got to be nice hair. Come on! Let's go!
And we are back here with Morning Blend Business on Guardian Radio 96.9. Dwight Strachan along with Stephen Hanna. We are talking with Managing Director of RBC Royal Bank Bahamas, Lasanya Missick, talking about Saturday banking and digital banking services. So a reminder about tomorrow, Saturday. This is not just a limited time offer. This is indefinitely. Saturday banking is back, Lasanya Missick?
Yes, it is. It's back tomorrow at our Cable Beach, Prince Charles, and Carmichael Road branches from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. And so we're looking forward to our clients leveraging the service that we will be providing them there to support them with all of their complex transactions and any needs that they may have in relation to making a purchase for a home, a vehicle, or just wanting to come in and to get some financial advice. We're making it really, a really convenient option for them. And we hope that it provides a differential level of service.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Wonderful stuff. Now, I want to ask you about this very quickly. We know that there have been some branch closures. Are we, or we see more paring down as we go forward?
It would be hard for me to say it's the end of it. I certainly wouldn't have a crystal ball to say that. What I would say is that we continue as a business to just continue to look at our strategy, make sure that as we evolve our business strategy, we're staying close to what our clients' needs. We're staying close to consumer behavior and seeing how our clients transact and what they're asking for. And evolving our footprint is pretty much aligned to that, whether we continue to expand branches, which we have certainly done. Very proud of the Abaco branch that we just recently opened up, the new Freeport branch that we recently opened up after Hurricane Dorian, and some other ones that are in play as well. We just continue to look at our overall channel of branches as well as the digital services that we have to offer and make sure that we're making the right investments that's relevant for our clients.
Mm-hmm. Well, all right.
Yep.
And again, to the folks who are, when you said it earlier that Saturday, don't come inside. If you want cash, do that at the ATM. What are you saying to folks who are like, oh, not this again? What do you say?
No, I wouldn't say don't come inside. Certainly wouldn't say don't come inside. What we are there to do is we're there to support them based on the transaction that they need. If they are looking for cash assistance with cash transactions, we'll be there as well, but we'll be serving and supporting them at the ATM with those transactions. They will not be available in the branch, but we will still support them at the ATM if they're having any challenges in that particular space. But Monday to Friday, they can certainly feel free to do all of the what I would call conventional or other banking options. But on Saturdays, it's really about helping them to complete their more complex transactions, focus on digital channels, and focus on financial advice and solutions.
Right.
But we don't turn our clients away. We just guide them to the options that we have available
That's
for them.
a much better way to say it, definitely.
Yes.
This texter, I think you covered this, but anyway, this texter is asking, can I do business wire transfers on Saturday from my business account?
They can do wire transfers from their online banking options and digital banking options. Yes, you can do that 24/7, any hour of the day.
There you go. There you go. All right. So it starts off. Everybody's excited about it tomorrow morning?
Yes.
All right.
We're definitely excited about it, and we're looking forward to serving our clients as we continue to just stay close to what we believe the service that they're looking for in today's environment, to what we believe it is, and what they've continued to communicate to us that it is.
Yeah. And hey, this will go a long way in helping people feel that we are on the path to getting back to normal. And
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Can be very important. Lasagna Missick with RBC Royal Bank Bahamas. Thank you so much. Appreciate talking with you soon. Thank you.
Yes.
All right.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Let's take that really quick final there, and we'll be back with Morning Blend Business. Stay with us.
Got to be nice here. Come on. Let's go.
Travel less, but vacation more by indulging yourself and your family with the ultimate staycation getaway at Atlantis. Sleep in, relax, play, go out. Say yes to a fantastic staycation in your very own paradise just over the bridge. For reservations, call 363-6483 or visit Atlantis Local on Facebook for details.
RBC has been growing with the Bahamas for over 110 years with new ways to bank better. We are committed to deepening our relationship with existing clients and forging new ones in the future with new products and services and investment in the community, youth, and education initiatives. We are here to help you grow.
We're here to help you flourish. We're RBC.
RBC Royal Bank. Banking reimagined.
This is your intrepid reporter, Randy Sparks, with more breaking news. A new revolution is hitting the streets of Nassau. Can you hear it? No, you can't, because it's an electric car. Witness accounts claim Bahamians who switched to electric are excited to drive again and look forward to school traffic to spend more time in their car and no money on. Reached out to Easy Car Sales on Gladstone Road for comment, and they issued one simple statement: more money in your pocket, less maintenance on your mind. This has been a breaking news story from Randy Sparks. Learn more at easy242.com. Drive electric, Bahamas.
Woke up early one morning, kissed my mama goodbye. Going back to the island, I say, don't worry, mama, don't cry. Woke up early one morning, kissed my mama goodbye. Going back to the island, I say, don't worry, mama, don't cry.
We're back here with Morning Glen Business on Guardian Radio 96.9. Dwight, Strachan with Stephen Hanna. Our final few minutes here, Stephen, before we wrap things up and go off for the weekend. Yeah. So, we talk about it all the time. What can we do to encourage more people to lay off the cash and to do their business digitally through cards, credit cards, debit cards, transfers?
I don't fully understand. I mean, it all honest up to you is what they will use. So it's like if we constantly pay people a certain way, then that's the way they're going to do it. The reason why online banking has any sort of anything is because businesses started to transfer funds directly to their employees' bank accounts. Like that's how things start moving. Like we stop actually giving people cash on a Friday for their pay, and we stop, writing checks for them. We started depositing directly into their bank account. And then they're like, oh, well, I guess it's the thing.
Sure, that's some people, but there are a lot of people who are paid in the way that you're talking about and continue to go to the ATM and withdraw large sums of money frequently.
And the reason for that is because they haven't found wherever they do the primary of their exchange of currency for goods and services, that is the most efficient means to do it. All right, and so you get
maybe
to,
some
to
people.
That point.
There's a lot of people who are traditionalists or old school, old fashioned who just
it could be whatever.
change.
But I'm saying people just want to know how much money they have and keep a track of it. If you have a difficult website to navigate, then of course I'm not going to trust that. If I grew up with you giving me a bank book, and then suddenly in 2018 you say we're no longer issuing bank books, unless you could bring in your senior citizen pension card, then of course I'm going to be like, well, let's feel a little iffy. But the only way for you to actually get something like that to transfer across the board is at the point where I need to use money. This is the way that we use money. All right, that's literally the only way. Other than that, because if somebody tell me, oh, I could go to the movies, either I could bring them $30 or I could bring them a live chicken. Because I could get a live chicken off the side of the road, but they don't want a live chicken. And if I want to go to certain places, they're like, this is a cashless environment. So if I want to go there, I have to have a debit card. And now that is being used to keep certain elements out because, like you said, certain people only get paid certain ways. And if you want to keep them from out of your fancy restaurant or out of your fancy hotel or your fancy spa or whatever it is, you simply say this is a cashless environment, and the person, they're either unbanked or they don't have access to a debit card and they don't fully understand how this works, so they just go somewhere else where people accept cash money. So part of it is going to be making sure that persons have the ability to go anywhere inside the country, spend money however they need to spend money, but also at the point of where you spend money, those are the persons that the government needs to hit up and say, I need you to accept this, this, and this.
Okay.
That's the only way it can work.
Yep.
Also, isn't it illegal to say you're a cashless environment? Because the money is legal tender for all debts and whatever. Like, it literally says it on the money. So, that's technically illegal, but that's a different conversation that will never be answered.
Some people are just being difficult as well. Just don't want to do it, right? They have it there. They're just refusing to get a card.
No, but I'm saying here's the thing. What if I go someplace, I have a card, but I just didn't have the money on the card, but I have actual physical money with me. And you're telling me I cannot get this thing because we're a cashless thing. But legally, technically, you can't do that.
Hey, there's many places that tell you that cash isn't accepted. There are places that tell you cards aren't accepted as many. So I don't know what we're going to do when we're going to get this together. But yeah, no, that's if it's legal tender to say it should be accepted. And
that's like saying I don't accept pennies. You'd be very upset. I mean, now you could say you don't accept pennies because it's not legal tender anymore. But before there used to be a time where, like, if you went to pay somebody something, it's $5. You give them $5 in coin. Oh, we don't take coins. What do you mean you don't take coins?
Got to fix all that. All that needs to be fixed. Stephen Hanna, thank you so much. As always, great conversations today. We'll talk again next week. Everybody have a great, safe weekend. Dwight Strong with you on this Morning Blend business. Morning Blend as well. We'll be back Monday. Stay tuned for On the Clock with Aaron Green coming up next.